Chapter 536. Late at night, on Nanshan Hill, there was a dim yellow light. It didn't go out until midnight. Nothing happened that night. The next morning, there were cries and shouts in the village. Someone had passed away during the night. Wang Yao heard the news when he returned home. He didn't know the details. Could it be Uncle Ifu? However, when he saw Wang Yao the night before, he didn't find any signs of this. Although his organs were damaged due to excessive drinking, it was not to the point of life-threatening. "Is it Uncle Ifu?" Wang Yao asked. "No, it's Wang Jianrong, the brother of the village party secretary," Zhang Xiuying said. "I knew it. It doesn't look like anything happened to him." "What happened?" Wang Yao immediately told him what had happened when he went up the hill the night before. "They drank together," Wang Fenghua said. "How do you know?" Wang Yao asked. "They asked me to go with them, but I didn't go. Those people are all good drinkers. They can persuade people to drink. If I went, I would have drunk too much." "Fortunately, you didn't go," Zhang Xiuying said. "Now they're all jointly responsible. If one person drinks and has an accident, the people at the same table will have to take responsibility." "Ah, it's just the new year, and this happened in the village," Wang Fenghua said. "Several families can't settle down. Drinking made things worse. It was not just making things worse. It was directly an accident. In particular, the death of a man in the family was equivalent to the loss of the pillar of the family. The family might collapse. Don't get involved in such drinking in the future." Zhang Xiuying still didn't feel at ease and reminded him. "I know." After breakfast, Wang Yao went to the clinic. It was almost 10 o'clock. A young man of the same generation as Wang Yao came. He rarely saw him. His face was a little pale, and his steps were weak. When he spoke, he was weak. He said he had tinnitus and was weak. "Show me your tongue." The young man stuck out his tongue. There was a unique smell in his mouth, which was a bit like the smell of ammonia. "What did you do during the Lunar New Year?" Wang Yao said. "Nothing much," the young man said. "Just friends and relatives gathering to eat and drink." "Tell me the truth." Wang Yao stared into his eyes. "Why didn't you tell the truth?" The young man's tone was quite aggressive. This young man was usually not in the village. He worked in the county and bought a house in the county. If it weren't for his parents, he wouldn't have come here to see a doctor. A person who was about the same age as him and was a famous university student actually opened a clinic in a mountain village. At first glance, he knew that he was not capable. Nowadays, who would still stay in a mountain village if they had the ability? They all ran to the city. The key was that he was originally a biology student. How could he be? He looked down on Wang Yao. In this society, some people were actually very interesting. They were poor, but they still looked down on the rich. They felt that they had taken advantage of a loophole and seized a good opportunity. If they had the opportunity, they would definitely earn more than them. They did not have knowledge, but they did not look down on those with high academic qualifications. They felt that they were nothing in society. "Ha!" Wang Yao was amused. "You can go back." Since he was so aggressive, he should go back and calm down first. "What?" The young man was stunned. At this time, the outside door opened. Another person came in. It was a middle-aged woman. "Auntie, Yao, is Xiao Kun all right?" The woman was the young man's mother. "Mom, why are you here?" The young man was quite honest when he saw his mother. "Auntie, he doesn't need to be treated. You can let him go back first." "Why?" The woman was stunned. She turned her head and stared at her son. "Tell me, are you being unreasonable here again?" "No, I really didn't." The young man was not aggressive at all at the moment. He was very honest. Sure enough, everything in the world had its vanquisher. "You go back first," the woman shouted. The young man obediently got up and went out. "Yao, can you tell Annie what happened to Xiao Kun?" "Excessive indulgence," Wang Yao said. "What?" The woman was stunned. She was not unfamiliar with this word, but it did not sound like it should be used on her son. "You said Xiao Kun was looking for a woman outside?" "Ah, that's probably what I mean." "It's not just about that," Wang Yao said. "Brat." The woman's face became very ugly. "What else is there?" "He drank a lot." "Drinking?" "Well, I have to go back and talk to him. I don't want him to be like Wang Jianrong," the woman said. Then she began to talk to Wang Yao about Wang Jianrong, who had passed away because of drinking last night. She described the incident in detail. She described it vividly and meticulously, as if she was there when it happened. It turned out that Wang Jianrong, who had passed away, drank a lot with several villagers at the table last night. When he first returned home, he did not show any abnormalities. He just had a drunken fit. He woke up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet. He did not know why he fell in the courtyard and never got up again. His wife was angry and slept in a different room. She did not pay attention. When she woke up in the morning, she found him in the courtyard. He was cold and could not be saved. Is that so? Wang Yao guessed the cause of the villager's death. It was probably due to excessive drinking. After falling down, it caused a blood clot in the brain or a heart infarction. Hey Yao, are you still here in the afternoon? Yes, I am. Then, I'll bring Xiao Ko in here in the afternoon. Okay, Annie, don't take it to heart. He speaks a little rashly, but he's still a good child, the woman said. Ah, it's okay, Wang Yao said with a smile. Any child who listened to their parents would not be too bad. Okay, it's settled then. The woman smiled and left. Wang Yao shook his head with a smile. The young man, who was about the same age as him, was really a weirdo. He was very rude in front of outsiders, but he had a different attitude in front of his mother. The woman returned home. Her son was waiting at home very obediently. He was still busy with the housework. You changed today. I know you like to drink. Tell me, why do you have a woman outside? The woman asked with a gloomy face. Who has a woman? Son good. The young man's father heard this sentence and rushed out of the room excitedly. You shut up. The woman glared at her husband. Mom, I really didn't. Tell me the truth. I just have a virgin. Under the caring eyes of his mother, he told her everything. Where's her home? Is she beautiful? Do you have a photo? The middle-aged man was happy. Comrade Wang, it's noon. It's time to eat. The woman said. No problem. Try my cooking today. Tell me what you want to eat. Eat my ass, I'll eat. Wang Ziqing said to his wife. It was really strange. He knocked 3 times yesterday. When he brushed his teeth this morning, he had a toothache and bleeding. When he got up in the morning, he ate a bowl of noodles. As a result, his stomach felt uncomfortable. He went to the toilet 4 times in the morning, which almost made him sick. Listen to me. Why don't you ask Wang Yao to have a look? No, Wang Ziqing said. Then you continue to suffer. Creak. The door was opened and closed. Where are you going? Wang Ziqing asked angrily when he saw his father going out. I'm going out for a walk, the old man said. Dad, why don't you go out after eating? His daughter-in-law asked. No, I'll be back in a while. The old man trembled out of the door and came to Wang Yao's clinic. He happened to see Wang Yao coming out of the clinic and was about to go home for dinner. Yeah, Wang Yao said. Uncle, what's the matter? Wang Yao saw the old man and hurriedly stepped forward. Ah, there's something. Let's go inside and talk. No, just talk here. Ziqing has been in trouble these days. I heard from my daughter-in-law that you can see that he will be in trouble these days, the old man said. His son was not filial to him, but he cared about his son. It's okay. You can go back. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine soon, Wang Yao said. Really, why would I lie to you? Ah, then I'm relieved. But if you're not feeling well, don't come out. Hide in the house and have a good rest, Wang Yao advised. The old man's health was extremely poor. To put it bluntly, if he fell down now, he might not be able to get up again. Chapter 537. I'll take you back, Wang Yao said. No, I'll go back by myself. The old man held the walking stick and slowly walked back. Wang Yao was still worried, so he followed him until he entered the house. The old man's back was thin, hunched, bowed, and trembling. For some reason, Wang Yao felt a little sour in his nose. The more he looked at the old man, the more he felt his back became taller. This was his father. Where have you been this time? Outside the wall. Wang Yao heard Wang Ziqing shout inside. His tone was like reprimanding a child who had made a mistake. Wang Yao stopped. He wanted to jump over the wall and slap him a few times. He wanted to ask him who gave birth to him and raised him. However, he still held back. It would only make the old man more sad. Wang Yao walked slowly, crossed the stone bridge, entered the alley, and returned home. Why did you come back so late? Wang Yao asked. I just met Uncle Elong and took him home. It took a while, Wang Yao said. He's better. I saw him on the street a few days ago. He was so sick that it was difficult for him to walk, Zhang Xiaoying said. It's worse, Wang Yao said. What? Zhang Xiaoying exclaimed. Wang Fenghua silently lit a cigarette. I guess his son is still so bad. Well, yes, when I just took him home, I heard his voice outside. It felt like he was shouting at a child who had made a mistake, Wang Yao said. In the mountain village, Wang Ziqing's home. Ouch, my stomach hurts. Wang Ziqing squatted in the toilet. He was sweating because of the pain. It felt like something was stirring in his stomach. What the hell is wrong with me? I had diarrhea in the morning and in the afternoon. After wiping his butt, he came out of the toilet. His stomach was growling again. Okay, don't make any noise. He turned and went into the toilet. In less than a day, he had gone to the toilet 10 times. He felt that he was floating and had to hold the wall. No, I have to go to the hospital. He informed his wife and rode out on his motorcycle. He was afraid that if he was too slow, his stomach would kick up a fuss on the way. If he had to settle it later, he would have to poop his pants. That would be a tragedy. He didn't go to Wang Yao's place. Instead, he went to the village's clinic. Every village had a clinic. However, since Wang Yao opened his clinic in this mountain village and his reputation gradually spread, the number of people who went to the clinic decreased a lot. Uncle, Zai-chan, what's wrong? Your face is pale. Diarrhea. I went to the toilet more than a dozen times a day, Wang Ziqing said. He seemed to be very polite and polite to outsiders. That's amazing. Have you eaten anything? No. I ate a bowl of noodles in the morning and a bowl of vegetables and a steamed bun at noon, Wang Ziqing said truthfully. Shall I prescribe some medicine for you? The village doctor gave him anti-diarrhea and anti-inflammatory drugs and told him how to use them. Am I okay? Your diarrhea is very bad, the doctor said. I think you're a little dehydrated. Hurry up and take the medicine. If you can control it, you'll be fine. If you can't control it, you'll have to come here for a drip. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I have to go. Wang Ziqing hurriedly rode his motorcycle home. As a result, before he reached home, his body was out of his control and gloriously pooped his crotch. How old are you? How can you still poop in your pants? Back home, his wife asked while dealing with business for him. Do you think I want to? The old man who heard the sound came from the next room. You still have diarrhea? His voice was weak. It's okay. You can go back. Wang Ziqing was impatient. Hey, don't eat anything. Have you gone to get the medicine? I know, the old man said. You are so annoying. The old man sighed and turned back to his cottage. Oh no, I have to go to the toilet. He hurriedly put on a pair of pants and went to the toilet. At about 3 p.m., a car drove in a mountain village and stopped on the west side of the clinic. A handsome woman got out of the car and knocked on the door. She entered the clinic. Sir, am I disturbing you? Chuning asked with a smile. No, you are welcome. I don't have any patients here, Wang Yao said with a smile. Why did you bring things again? Chuning asked. Just some local products. Chuning put down the things with a smile. Is your brother still with you? Wang Yao asked. No, I have sent him back to the treatment center, Chuning said. Is he sick? Wang Yao asked. Not yet, but I still have a lot of things to do recently. I am afraid that he will be worried if he is alone at home. It may not be appropriate to hire someone, so I sent him back, Chuning said. Well, I will go back in a few days and take a good look at him, Wang Yao said. Really? Originally, Chunying's main purpose was to quietly mention this matter and get in touch with Wang Yao. She did not expect him to take the initiative to mention this matter. It saved her the trouble of thinking of some excuses. Of course, there's also the old man from Wu's family, Wang Yao said. Since he had taken over this patient and started to treat him, he would try his best to cure him. Are you in a hurry to go back? Wang Yao asked. I'm not in a hurry. What is it? If you're not in a hurry, stay in Lianshan for one night. I am decocting a decoction for your brother. Okay, Chuning said. This was something she couldn't ask for more. The two of them chatted for a while. Wang Yao also asked about Su Xiaoxue's condition. After learning that she was recovering well, he was happy for her. While the two of them were chatting, a man came in. He was 1.8 meters tall and looked quite strong. However, his face was pale and he could not walk steadily. Wang Yao. After seeing Wang Yao, he grinned. Sorry to trouble you. The man who came in was Wang Ziqing. He took 2 kinds of medicine from the clinic. However, In less than an hour, not only did it not have any effect, but it also made his diarrhea worse. Originally, he wanted to go to the clinic for an infusion, but he finally listened to his wife's advice and came to see Wang Yao. Come, sit down. No, I can stand. Are you not feeling well? Ah, you have said too much, Wang Ziqing said. My stomach hurts, and the diarrhea is particularly bad. What happened to your forehead? I fell and knocked on the door frame. What about your cheek? Wang Yao pointed at his red and swollen cheek. When I was chopping firewood, the wood broke. What? Chening, who was standing at the side, was shocked. This person was really unlucky. I can't cure your illness. You have to rely on yourself. What? Wang Ziqing was stunned. Rely on myself? How can I treat it? Let me say something unpleasant. This is your retribution. What? Not only Wang Ziqing, but Chuning was also surprised. She knew Wang Yao better. Listening to his tone, you should be angry. She could not help but look at the young man who looked to be in his 30s. What did he do to make this good-tempered gentleman angry? Can you make it clear? Do you still need me to say it? Think about what you have done wrong, Wang Yao said. Wrong? Wang Ziqing stood there in a daze. I stole a sheep, 2 chickens, punctured a car tire, smashed the glass, Wang Ziqing whispered. His voice was very low, but Wang Yao's hearing was several times better than that of ordinary people. He heard it clearly. Well, this guy has done so many bad things. I didn't expect it. Chening also faintly heard some of it. This is the loafer in the village, right? Oh, I didn't see it. You have done a lot of bad things. Wang Yao smiled. Ah. Wang Ziqing was stunned. Hurry up and think about it again. You are going to poop later. No. I have to go to the toilet. Go out and turn right. Wang Ziqing hurried out, squatted in the toilet, and looked down. He was dumbfounded. He was scared. Poop. I really poop. After he came out of the toilet, he was stunned. When he entered the room, he felt that his eyes were a little absent-minded. Wang Yao, what happened to me? You have done a lot of bad things. This is retribution, Wang Yao calmly said. What you just said is secondary. What else did you do? Think about it carefully. I didn't do anything else. That can't be helped. Continue to poop, Wang Yao calmly said. Chapter 538. No, please, we are all from the same village. You have to save me. Wang Ziqing cried. I said, you have to rely on yourself. Think about it again. Wang Ziqing tried hard to recall what bad things he had done. He even thought of the things he had done when he was a child, such as peeping at women taking a bath. Wait, he suddenly thought of something, and his face became very ugly. Is it because of my dad? He looked at Wang Yao. Uncle Elon, what do you think? I will change. I will change when I go back, Wang Ziqing suddenly said. Then go back. Wang Yao did not care whether he really understood or not. Can you prescribe medicine for me? I can't help it. If there is nothing else, you can go back first. Wang Yao saw him out. Wang Ziqing bowed his head and was silent for a while. My illness is really because I am not filial. Oh. Chuning immediately understood what was going on and turned to look at Wang Yao. Whether there was really retribution between heaven and earth, she was not sure. At least she had never encountered it. However, Dr. Wang could definitely make people show such discomfort with his extraordinary ability. As for the unfilial son, it was despicable. Wang Ziqing left with his head down. It looked like he really believed it and was really scared. Sir, is there really retribution in the world? Chuning asked after hesitating. I am willing to believe it is, Wang Yao said. People often said that it was not the time for retribution. In fact, there was indeed such a thing as good people are not rewarded. Did you drive here? Yes, I drove here. Where are you going to live? Go to Lianshan County, Chuning said. Well, I will treat you to a meal tonight, Wang Yao said. Thank you, sir. While they were talking, Wang Ziqing returned home. It was as if he had lost his soul. How is it? His wife asked. I am fine. I will sleep first. He went back to the room and lay on the Kong. He looked at the ceiling and thought about something in his mind. Aya. Her stomach began to hurt again. He got off the Kong bed and went to the outhouse. He was still bleeding. After coming out of the outhouse, he went into his father's room. The old man was lying on the Kong bed. His illness made his face pale. It was a small room, and it seemed like it had not been cleaned for a long time. There was a faint rancid smell, and the bedding was also old. It seemed like it had not been washed for a long time. Wang Ziqing stood on the edge of the Kong. "Dad," he called out softly. "Hey, what's wrong? Are you feeling better?" asked the old man hurriedly as he turned his head to see his son. "Much better." At this moment, Wang Ziqing really wanted to cry. With a thump, he fell to his knees. "Dad, I was wrong." "Child, what's wrong with you?" The old man, who was lying on the Kong, sat up immediately. "I'm unfilial." Wang Ziqing slapped himself hard. "I deserve to die." All right, all right." The old man panicked when he saw this. He didn't know what was wrong with his son and why he was behaving so strangely. "From now on, I will be filial to you." Okay, okay," the old man hurriedly responded. It was a sudden awakening. The prodigal son had turned over a new leaf. He was scared. It was unknown whether it was a momentary passion. In the afternoon, Wang Yao closed the door of the clinic early. He told his family that he was going to the restaurant in the village with Chuning. "Dr. Wang is here." "Hello," Wang Yao said. There were a few game dishes. They were not exquisite, but they were natural. Because they were driving and did not drink, the two talked a lot. When Chuning drove back, the owner of the restaurant came over and patted Wang Yao on the shoulder. "Is she your girlfriend? She is so beautiful." "No," Wang Yao said with a smile. That night, Wang Ziqing's father tossed and turned. It was difficult for him to fall asleep. His son's kneeling during the day was so abnormal that he was caught off guard. What the hell is going on? He thought for a whole night. His son also did not fall asleep. Because his stomach was uncomfortable, he still ran to the outhouse. He was still bleeding. He was not complaining. He was just afraid and regretful. Looking at his father's appearance, he felt that he had gone too far in the past. At night, on Nanshan Hill, the firewood was burning. The multifunctional pot for herbs, ancient spring water, Cotinopsis palacula, Schisandra, Cocos, white peony, licorice, Yushue, all kinds of herbs were added to it. The fragrance of herbs filled the herbal field. Sensien raised his head from his nest and looked around. The Xia stood on the tree, quiet like a sculpture. Just like that, the night passed. In the early morning, the sky was a little gray, as if covered with a layer of gauze. Chuning came very early. "Thank you, sir. You are welcome. Take it according to the method when you go back. I will go to Jing soon." "Okay, thank you." After 9 a.m., the loudspeaker in the village, which had been silent for a long time, began to broadcast again. It was about the exchange of houses in the village for new buildings in the county. As soon as the villagers heard it, they went to the brigade house to inquire about the specific information. In the county, the foundation of the building developed by the Sun family had begun to be built. Many people in the village knew about it. A considerable number of people even went to see it more than once. The location was good, and the construction was done by a large group. Seeing that the housing prices in the county were rising and not falling, it would be a lie to say that they were not anxious. As soon as the loudspeaker began to broadcast, almost every family in the village had people go. For a time, the brigade house was full of people. "Be quiet." Wang Jinli's voice was a little hoarse. This matter did not need to be delayed until today. His brother had just passed away. He was not in the mood to organize this matter. However, he received a call from Sun Yinxing yesterday. He had to do it. The people in the village asked very carefully. Some people directly filled out some of the forms on the spot. Some people wanted to go back and think about it. This matter lasted for a whole day. It seemed that the village had not been so lively for a long time. However, not everyone went. Some people did not go, such as Wang Ziqing. He let his wife go. He took his father to the hospital. Wang Yilong did not want to go, but he could not stand his son's insistence. He went to the county hospital. It did not matter if they did not check. After the check, they found a big problem. The doctor did not tell the old man. Instead, he called Wang Ziqing aside and explained the old man's situation to him. The old man's situation is like this. There is no good way to treat him. My advice is to go back and eat, drink, and serve him well. After listening to the doctor's words, Wang Ziqing was stunned. How could this be? How could this be? He had just repented when he heard such news. Terminal illness, late stage, only a few days left. He woke up, but God did not give him a chance. He squatted in the corner and cried. "Boy," the doctor sighed. "Don't cry. The old man will be suspicious when he comes out. Oh, okay. Wang Ziqing wiped away his tears. How is it? The old man asked after coming out. It's okay. There is inflammation in the liver. The doctor has prescribed medicine. Wang Ziqing said the excuse he had thought of. Okay, let's go home. Oh, okay. Wang Ziqing drove his father home and told his wife to cook something delicious on the way. In the evening, he accompanied his father to talk for a while before returning to the house. The old man was lying on the bed, covered with a new quilt. He was even more confused. Why did he suddenly become better? He went to the hospital, cooked a meal, and covered himself with a new quilt. He could not understand. Wang Ziqing's wife couldn't understand why her husband suddenly changed his mind. What's wrong with you these 2 days? His wife asked as the couple lay on the bed. What? What's wrong? I think you're not right these 2 days, his wife said. You mean I suddenly became good to Dad, right? Wang Ziqing said directly. Ah, yes. His wife hesitated. I used to be a bastard and ignorant. Now I understand, but it's too late. Too late? Why is it too late? His wife asked. Our father has a terminal illness. What? His wife was stunned. Hurry up and cure him. Cure? Can it be called a terminal illness? Wang Ziqing asked. Would you like to go to the hospital in the provincial capital? Well, I have thought about it. I will go to the provincial capital tomorrow and take the test report to the doctor first. If they have a way, I will take Dad there. Chapter 539. At that time, we will treat Dad even if we have to sell everything we have, Wang Ziqing said. Okay. His wife responded. Her husband had changed, a good change, which was a good thing. That night, on Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao called up the system panel. He received a prompt from the system that he had met the requirements for upgrading. He could upgrade. After upgrading, Wang Yao called out the system and checked the medicine store. There were 3 more licorice roots. Among them, there was filafing, but the price was not cheap. One portion cost 100 reward points. Up to now, he had collected all the herbs needed for the intermittent ointment. He could try to brew it. Polygonum vine, bajiatong, filafing, and guiyuan. This medicine required a total of 4 types of spiritual herbs. Wang Yao had 3 of them planted in the herbal field. He only needed filafing. Chun Ying arrived in Jing that night. The next morning, she came to Su Xiaoxue's house. She had reported Wang Yao's return to Jing by phone the night before. Sit down and tell me in detail, Song Ruping said. Chun Ying repeated Wang Yao's original words. In fact, it was not much different from what she had heard on the phone. Sir said he would come to Jing soon. Yes, that's great. Su Xiaoxue smiled like a blooming flower. I'm afraid the princess of the Su family really likes Sir, Chun Ying thought. In the mountain village, Lin Sitao and Hao were walking slowly on the street. The old man's body recovered faster. His body had basically recovered. Hao was a little worse. It would take some time. Shall we go to the mountain for a walk? Lin Sitao asked. Okay, I've been here for so long, but I haven't been to the mountain, especially Nanshan Hill, Hao said. He had heard Lin Sitao mention the magical Nanshan Hill more than once. He had wanted to see it for a long time. Therefore, they walked south along the mountain road of Shishan. The winding mountain road was quite flat, so they didn't walk very fast. At this time, there was no one on the mountain at all. After walking for about half an hour, they saw Nanshan. It was a field of greenery. It's amazing. Hao sighed. The surroundings were bleak, and only that place was filled with vitality. This feeling was like seeing an oasis in a desolate desert. It is very magical. The 2 of them slowly approached along the mountain road. Not long after, the road under their feet was cut off. The disorderly mountain rocks blocked their way. These rocks were of different heights, some were low, and some were piled up from a few to a dozen rocks. The lowest one was half the height of a person. Some of these rocks were originally here, and some were moved here by Wang Yao when he had nothing to do. He originally wanted to use the stones in the mountains to design another array, which would block the southwest side of Nanshan Hill. As for the source of inspiration, it was the stone array in the romance of the 3 kingdoms that could block 100,000 soldiers. Zhuge Kongming had almost trapped the genius governor Lu Sun of Jiangdong to death with it. Although most of the stories in the novel were fabricated, they could still trigger inspiration. In fact, these stones already had a certain effect. After taking a few steps, the two of them realized that something was wrong. At first, there were no stones in front of him, only on both sides. But after taking 2 steps, there were also stones in front of him and on both sides. This place was strange. Uncle Lin, something is strange, Lin Sitao said. He clearly remembered that the last time he was here, there were not so many rocks, and there was no such effect. This is most likely the array set up by Dr. Wang. Outside the herbal field that day, he had already experienced the power of the illusion array. The stones in front of him were similar to the trees in the herbal field. Then, how should we get out? Go straight ahead. The old man was in front of him. There was a stone in front of him. He walked straight over and reached out to touch it. It was really a stone. Then, he turned over and walked in a straight line. Hal followed behind him. Huh? Uncle Lin suddenly stopped. What's wrong? There is a stone. There was clearly nothing in front of him, but he reached out and touched it. It was a stone. Looking down from above, the area was not large, and there were not many stones. The two of them went around in circles and could not find a way out. The two of them spent a lot of effort to get out of the stone array. They were sweating profusely. Scary. Hal looked back at the pile of stones behind him, which did not look very strange, and sighed. Some things could only be terrible if one experienced it personally. Yes, Uncle Lin sighed. What a genius. After walking forward for a while, they came outside the herbal field. Don't look at those trees. Lin Sitao had already told Hal. However, humans were curious. When he reached the outskirts of the herb field, he was still a few dozen steps away. He thought that it should be fine to take a look from such a distance. Thus, he raised his head and looked. Then, he saw the trees swaying back and forth, as if they had become demons. Then, he felt dizzy. He was not the only one who felt dizzy. Lin Sitao also felt dizzy. He felt dizzy, his heart was beating fast, and he felt nauseous. He felt as if the strength in his body had been drained. How could this be? The two of them breathed heavily, but they still felt that the air did not seem to be enough. It was as if their throats were stuck. What was going on? Where did the insects come from? The two of them saw the insects. They were terrible insects that looked like centipedes, but had wings. They were flying toward the two of them. Go away. The two of them wanted to move, but they found that their bodies could not move at all. It was as if they were shackled by invisible shackles. Dr. Wang, they wanted to shout, but they found that they could not make a sound at all. Woof, woof, woof. A low roar came from the herbal field. It sounded like a lion or tiger. Someone is here? Wang Yao looked up outside. He did not go down a mountain that morning. Instead, he prepared the herbs on the mountain. Since he had the conditions, he was going to decoct the intermittent ointment. Gulp, gulp. Lin Sitao and Hao both fell to the ground. Huff, huff. They were breathing heavily. Just when they felt that they were about to die, they felt that someone had come over and gave them something to drink. After a while, the feeling of discomfort in their bodies quickly receded. They looked up and saw Wang Yao. Dr. Wang, why are you here? Wang Yao asked with a smile. He had just heard the barking of San Xian. When he came out of the cottage, he saw the two of them on the ground from a distance. He quickly knew that it must be because of the Xianqiluo. Because of the spirit-gathering battle array, the smell of the licorice roots drifted particularly far away. Smelling it made people feel weak, had difficulty breathing, had hallucinations, and went into shock. In serious cases, it could cause death. He took out the antidote that he had prepared and gave it to the two of them to remove the poison in their bodies. We were taking a walk on the mountain and came here, Lin Sitao said. We were trapped in the stone array. It was not easy to get out, but we ended up like this. If it were not for Dr. Wang, I'm afraid the two of us would have died here today. Dr. Wang is really a genius. You flatter me. Did the stone array trap you? Yes, we were sleepy for a while, Lin Sitao said. Oh, I set up a broken array in my spare time, Wang Yao said. I didn't expect it to work. We came out by chance. If someone went into the mountain, it would be troublesome. That's true, Wang Yao said. He had stopped because of his concern. He did not expect the broken array to be so powerful. It was beyond his imagination. He did not invite the two of them into the herbal field. He just took them for a walk around Nanshan Hill. During the process, Hao inadvertently forgot about the illusion array again. As a result, he immediately felt dizzy. Amazing. He did not dare to have any wishful thinking anymore. After walking around, the two of them went down Nanshan Hill. Wang Yao was preparing to decoct the medicine in the herbal field. After going down the mountain, Hao said with emotion, "I didn't expect this kind of thing to really exist." He had a lot to say that day. "You just felt the magic of those arrays," Lin Sitao said. "Didn't you feel anything else?" "Anything else?" Hao was stunned. "Didn't you feel the temperature change?" "Yes." After hearing what he said, Hao remembered that when he was on the mountain, he felt as warm as spring. It was very comfortable. When he went down the mountain, he felt the chill of spring. Chapter 540. A mountain was no more than 300 meters high. Why was there such a big difference between the top and bottom of the mountain? This mountain is a big battle array. Lin Sitao looked back at Nanshan Hill behind him. Big battle array? Hao also looked up. He was different from Lin Sitao. He had little experience and seen such things. It should be said that he had never encountered such a thing before meeting Wang Yao. It must be. Otherwise, why is there such a big difference? How can the mountain be lush in such a season? No wonder he stays in this mountain village. "I'm afraid it's mostly because of this mountain," Lin Sitao said. If Wang Yao were there at the moment, he would most likely give him a thumbs up. The reason why Wang Yao did not go out and stayed in the mountain village was a considerable part of the reason. He contracted this mountain, Hao said. "Yes, what's the matter? Will not be enough?" "Not enough." Lin Sitao was stunned, but he immediately understood what Hao meant. "Yes, it should not be enough. Go back and tell young master that he will take care of this matter." Okay. Wang Yao did not know what kind of changes would be brought about because of this accident. He was still on the mountain. Panax, Nodo ginseng, blood draining, acranthes. There were 2 common medicines that had been processed. He did not need to buy them from outside. He called Li Mao Shuang. "No problem. I'll send them to you as soon as possible." "Thank you." "You're welcome." Wang Yao went down the mountain at noon. When he returned home, he heard his mother mention that the people in the village had changed houses. There are more than 100 families in the village who have signed up. With more than 100 families, won't the village be half empty? Wang Yao asked. "Almost. A lot of villagers have recently gone to see the building. The speed of construction is very fast." "Have you also gone to see it?" "No." Zhang Xiaoying smiled and waved her hand. "Listen to me, Mom. It's good to live in the village." "Yes, your father and I think so too." After lunch, Wang Yao didn't go up the hill or to the clinic. Instead, he accompanied his mother to the county town to buy some things. He wanted to see his sister, so he bought some things along the way. What? He bought a house? When they saw Wang Ru again, they learned that Du Mingyang had bought a new house. Wang Ru also gave him her savings over the years. "How much more do we need?" "Enough," Wang Ru said. "Hey, tell me if it's not enough." "Yes." When Du Mingyang heard that his future mother-in-law had come, he hurriedly asked for leave to accompany her shopping. "You don't have to accompany me. Go back to work. It's very busy," Zhang Xiaoying said. "It's fine. This is what I should do." It was close to afternoon. He also invited them to a very good restaurant for dinner. Originally, Du Mingyang was very concerned about Wang Ru, his future daughter-in-law. When Wang Ru heard that he wanted to buy a house, she directly took out more than 100,000 yuan of savings, which made him very touched. Of course, their names were also written in the book of buying the house. Originally, the two of them wanted to get married. This was a matter of a lifetime, not a child's play. When a mother and son returned to the mountain village, it was already past 8 p.m. Nothing happened that night. The next day, the village party secretary had a guest at his house. It was an important guest. "Mr. Sun, Secretary Wang, I have something to trouble you with." "Please go ahead," Wang Jinli hurriedly said. Sun Yinsheng was backed by a big financial group. Not to mention a small village party secretary like him, even the leaders in the county and city had to treat him well. "I want to buy the unused barren mountain in the village," Sun Yinsheng said. "What? By the mountain?" Wang Jinli was stunned. A considerable part of the West Mountain and East Mountain in the village was restricted because the mountain was full of rocks and the terrain was not flat. Only a few places were cultivated for farmland. It was not impossible to buy the mountain. What's the matter? Is there a problem? Oh no, I have to think about it. I have to hold a meeting with the village committee to decide, Wang Jinli said. Okay, don't worry. After that, Sun Yinsheng took his leave. Buy the mountain? Wang Jinli was puzzled in the brigade house. Why does he want to buy the mountain? Did he find something on the mountain? He was not in a hurry to talk to the other two village committee members. Instead, he went home to discuss it with his wife. By the mountain? Yes. That's a good thing, his wife said. Those mountains are idle anyway. It's better to buy them out. The point is, why does he want to buy them out? Why do you care so much? Maybe he's just rich and wants to make an investment. Maybe he wants to grow some fruits and vegetables on the mountain. Don't some people in big cities advocate pollution-free food now? After discussing it with his wife, they decided to hold a meeting with the village committee in the afternoon to discuss this matter. In the afternoon, in the brigade house, several village committee members were together. By the mountain? What's so good about buying the mountain? Maybe he wants to build a mountain pasture or something. We don't understand the thoughts of rich people. What do you think? Should we let him buy them out? Of course, why not? The village director said. As long as this matter is good for us and not bad for us, the two mountains are useless except for planting some cherry and chestnut trees. It's better to buy them out. As I said, Mr. Sun has a big background. If we don't buy them out, he will go directly to the county. Who knows how many places will take the initiative to buy them out? Yes, so many people in the village are still waiting for the houses in the county. In fact, this was also a very important reason. If the other party was unhappy because of this matter and did not do what they had agreed on, the people in the village would scold them to death. Then, they discussed the scope of the contract. Most of the two mountains in Shishan and Dongshan could be bought out. Hey, these two mountains in Yao's contracted Nanshan Hill are connected together. We have to make it clear. Well, yes. Since the matter had been settled, Wang Jinli went to the Sun family's new house in person and told Sun Yinsheng about the matter. No problem, Secretary Wang. There are some things that we might as well make clear. I will buy out Dongshan and Shishan, and even the vacant barren mountains in the future. I will sell these mountains. Sun Yinsheng sell them out? To whom? Dr. Wang. Now, it's him, but this matter is between you and me. Don't let anyone else know. Oh, okay. When Wang Jinli came out of the Sun family's house, he felt confused. He did not understand why this young man wanted to buy out these barren lands for Wang Yao. Is it because Yao's Chinese medicine is not enough? But I have not heard him say that. Also, he is too influential. Sun Yinsheng actually tried so hard to make friends with him. He kept this secret. He did not even tell his wife for fear of any problems. That day, Pan Jun came to the clinic for another day to learn the medical skills of massage from Wang Yao. Once he started learning, he spent an entire day. When it was close to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Li Maoshuang drove to the mountain village and brought the two kinds of medicine needed by Wang Yao. Thank you. You are treating me as an outsider. Yo, are you here to take me as your teacher? Li Maoshuang asked with a smile when he saw Pan Jun studying. Yes. TSK, you are working hard. Generally, when people reached middle age, few people were willing to continue to work hard. Are you free tomorrow? Wang Yao said. I'm free. Why? Let's get together. I'll treat you. Okay. Li Maoshuang said. Okay, let's go to the usual place. I will inform them. No problem. After the Chinese New Year, Wang Yao had long wanted to invite them to dinner. They usually got along well. During the Chinese New Year, these people all came to his house. Among these people, he was the youngest. It was reasonable that he should go to Tian Yuan too and give them a New Year's greeting. Our hospital wants to hire some outside experts to treat patients in hospital. Master, are you interested? Am I an expert? Wang Yao asked with a smile. If you're not an expert, who is qualified? No, I don't like it. Okay. Pan Ju nodded. In the afternoon, just as Wang Yao closed the door of the clinic, he saw a person rushing over with a child. The child was crying. Yao, quickly take a look, the person said in a panic. Wang Yao hurriedly opened the door of the clinic and let them in. Chapter 541. What's the matter? Wang Yao said. The child looked to be about 5 or 6 years old. He was playing at home. He fell off the bed and hurt himself. Can you take a look at him? The middle-aged man asked. Wang Yao quickly checked the child. He did not find any other problems. The only problem was that the child's right elbow was dislocated. Sit down. He motioned for the middle-aged man to hold the child. Don't be afraid. Good boy. He gently comforted the child while gently moving the child's arm. Suddenly, there was a neat movement. Crack. There was a crisp sound. It's done. It's done? The middle-aged man was surprised. Yes. The child's crying gradually stopped. Does it still hurt? The middle-aged man asked. It hurts a little, the child told the truth. You're a man. You have to be brave. Yes. The child's eyes were filled with tears. I'll take a closer look to see if there is any bone injury. The matter was urgent. Wang Yao only made a rough judgment. Now, he had to take a closer look to see if there was any bone fracture. Okay. Wang Yao carefully checked again. After making sure there was no problem, he simply fixed the child's arm. Move the arm gently in the next few days. Okay. How much is it? The middle-aged man asked. You don't have to. Thank you, Yao, the middle-aged man said. Don't mention it. The middle-aged man took the child home. Wang Yao locked the door of the clinic and went home for lunch. His bone is injured. Why did you take him there? He has professional equipment. What if the child's bone is injured? The middle-aged man did not expect to be scolded by his wife after returning home. In the end, he had no choice but to take his child to the county hospital for a checkup. In fact, they were right to be worried. Mom, I won't be having lunch at home tomorrow. I'll go to the county to meet some friends. Is there anything you and Dad need me to do? No, don't drink too much. I'll drive. I don't drink, Wang Yao said. At night, Wang Yao received a call from Professor Liu on Nanshan Hill. His friend went home a few days before the Spring Festival. It had been so many days since the Spring Festival, but she still hadn't come back. He was wondering about this matter. The other party called and told him about it. It turned out that when Wan's mother was seriously ill, she had been taking care of the elderly at home, so she didn't come to receive treatment. How is her condition? Wang Yao asked. She can't be overworked, Wang Yao said. When Wan was very sick, people who were seriously ill were very weak. In this case, the most important thing was to recuperate. The ability to take care of the patient was extremely exhausting. Her condition is not very good, said Professor Liu on the other end of the phone. This was also what he was very worried about. He had once advised Wan not to ruin her body in order to take care of the old man. After all, she was a patient, a very serious patient, and the old man had more than one daughter. However, Wan just smiled and did her best to take care of the old man. That's not good, Wang Yao said. As a result, the old man's condition became more serious. Let her come to receive treatment as soon as possible, Wang Yao said. I want to ask, do you still have the pills you gave her last time? Pills? 9 herbs pills? Yes, that's the pill. I still have some more. Can I buy some more? Asked Professor Liu. He had heard from Wan about the magical effects of the medicine. The medicine can only temporarily relieve her pain at most. It can't treat her, Wang Yao said. Temporary relief is good. Her mother is seriously ill. I'm afraid she can't hold on for long, said Professor Liu. Okay, you can come and get it when you have time. Okay, thank you. The 9 herbs pill was made from 9 different types of herbs. It didn't use any licorice roots, but the herbs were all wild. Most of them came from Nanshan Hill and the spirit gathering array in the herbal field. Naturally, the effect was extraordinary. Wang Yao still had dozens of 9 herbs pills in stock. It was easier to make them. At about 10 a.m., the next day, Wang Yao closed the clinic and hung a wooden sign saying he had something to do outside. When he walked home, he happened to see the villager who came to see the doctor with the child yesterday. I said, I'm fine. Are you relieved now? In the village, a couple came back from town with their child. They took the child to town in a hurry yesterday afternoon. They did a checkup and found that the child was really dislocated. The doctor asked them to do a few more tests during the day. There was no problem. They just drove back. Lower your voice. Isn't that Yao? said the woman as she poked her husband. In fact, Wang Yao had already heard their conversation. He was not against going to other regular hospitals after seeing a patient here. This was a normal reaction, especially when the patient was suffering from some serious diseases. Uncle, Andy, Yao, are you home? Yes, is the child okay? He's fine. He's fine. Thank you. You're welcome. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Hey, come over when you're free. Okay. Wang Yao went home and told his family. He then watched the car drive to town. He didn't hear our conversation just now, did he? No, he was so far away. He could hear everything. But this young man is quite good. He didn't ask for money to see the doctor, said the man. Yes, he's a good young man. Wang Yao arrived in Lianshan. He first went to Wang Mingbao's place and made a reservation. At about 11 a.m., the two of them went to the restaurant together. Tian Yuan, Li Maoshuang, Wei Hai, Pan Jun, and several others came one after another. We haven't gathered together for a while. Yes, since they were regular customers, the dishes were served quickly. Some of them did not drive, and some had drivers. They all drank a little. Wang Yao also drank a little. In fact, with his current ability, as long as he did not want to, he could not blow it out during the drunk driving test. After they had lunch, Tian Yuantu took the lead to go to the villa area he built in the mountain. It was a combination of accommodation, leisure, dining, and business. This is the first time I've been here, said Pan Jun. To be precise, it was not the first time he had been here. It was the first time he had been to the leisure and dining area. In the tea room, the tea was of good quality. The decoration was also classy. You can come here any time in the future, said Tian Yuantu with a smile. They stayed there for most of the afternoon. It was almost dark. Tian Yuantu treated them to a meal in the mountain. The food was very rich. They drank a little at noon and a little at night. Everyone had a good tolerance for alcohol, but they still felt a little tipsy. Of course, Wang Yao was an exception. It was already past 8 p.m. when they finished dinner. Don't drive. Tian Yuantu arranged a car and a driver to take them home. Thank you, brother. Li Maoshuang had drunk a little too much. Let's go. You still want to drive? He saw Wang Yao was about to get in the car. He was a little worried. It's okay. I'm fine now, said Wang Yao with a smile. Be careful, said Li Maoshuang. Okay, said Wang Yao. After arriving home, Wang Yao went home first. He went back to Nanshan Hill after 10 p.m. The next day, he was going to make the intermittent ointment on the hill. When he was about to start the fire, he received a call from Professor Liu. Professor Liu was waiting for him at the foot of the hill. He had to pack his things and go down the hill. Hello, Dr. Wang. Professor Liu looked very tired. Hello, let's talk inside, said Wang Yao. Wang Yao made him a cup of tea. You rushed here overnight? Asked Wang Yao. Yes, I was delayed by something in Shanghai yesterday. Otherwise, I could have rushed here yesterday, said Professor Liu. Here are the pills. Wang Yao took out the 9 herbs pills. Thank you. How much is it? Asked Wang Yao. 500 yuan for 1 pill, said Wang Yao. Okay. It was not expensive. At least, in Professor Liu's opinion, it was a good deal. Can you give me a few more? Asked Professor Liu. Wang Yao only gave him 10 pills. It's useless. I've said before that this medicine can't cure her illness. It can only relieve it, said Wang Yao. I feel sad when I see her like that, said Professor Liu. I can understand your feelings, but the more she acts like that, the more serious her illness will be, said Wang Yao. Professor Liu remained silent after hearing this. He knew about this as well. Chapter 542. I'll say the unpleasant words first, Wang Yao said. Don't mind it. If she comes again, I'm afraid I can't cure her. Wang Yao said. He was not being an alarmist. Wenwan's illness was extremely difficult to treat. After a period of recovery treatment, her body's lack of vitality had slightly recovered. It was just enough for her to prepare for the next treatment. However, she did not expect that she would have to go back to take care of her sick mother. Such filial piety was respectable, but it was irrational. This was consuming his remaining life force, shortening his lifespan. A considerable part of the disease was caused by physical exhaustion and a decline in resistance. If one's qi and blood were vigorous, they would not get sick. I'll go back and persuade her. Professor Lu hurriedly said. Well, don't be too tired, Wang Yao said. Professor Lu came in a hurry and then left in a hurry. Well, Wang Yao sighed softly. Wen Wan was indeed a filial person, but she could not ignore her own body. In a mountain village, Wang Ziqing's home. In the past few days, Wang Ziqing's changes were earth-shaking in the eyes of his father, Wang Yilong. He asked his daughter-in-law to wash and dry all the bedding in his room. He cleaned his house and bought him an electric heater. He also accompanied him and chatted with him all day. This was something that had never happened in the past decade or so. It would be a lie to say that he was not happy or moved. He was a little shocked. Today, Wang Ziqing came to see the old man early in the morning. Dad, did you sleep well last night? Very well. Ziqing, are you hiding something from me? The old man asked. His son's recent abnormal behavior made him feel that there must be something hidden from him. It's nothing, Wang Ziqing said. What can it be? You think too much. 2 days ago, he took the test report from the People's Hospital in Lianshan County to the provincial capital. He found an expert in the provincial People's Hospital to look at it. It was basically confirmed that it was the disease. Of course, the expert also said that if he was worried, he could go to the provincial People's Hospital to check again. It would be safer. There was no good treatment for this disease at this time. Wang Ziqing cried at that time. He really cried. He had just repented when he found out that his father had contracted such an illness. He reckoned that his father did not have much time left. The child wants to raise, but the parents are no longer around. This was a very sad thing. Wang Ziqing originally wanted to take his father to the provincial hospital for an examination again. But looking at the old man's situation, he decided not to go for the time being. He had to go in 2 days to avoid arousing his father's suspicion. Has your sister been very busy recently? She's quite busy. The 2 children are enough for her to take care of. Wang Ziqing didn't tell his sister that his father had a bad disease. He wanted to tell her, but when he called her, she was in the hospital. Because her son was sick, she was having an injection in the hospital. At that time, Wang Ziqing swallowed back the words that were on the tip of his tongue. If he told her about this situation, it would only make his sister more anxious. This was also because he had changed. If it was in the past, he would not care what happened to his biological sister and directly tell her. No matter what happened, he would shoulder it himself first. Consider it compensation for the past 10 years. Have you recovered? You don't have diarrhea anymore? Yes, Wang Ziqing said. It was strange to say that he had been busy these days. He hadn't eaten well or slept well. His body, especially the discomfort in his abdomen, was much better. First, he didn't have diarrhea. Then, the situation of diarrhea improved. Until these 2 days, his stomach had not diarrhea. The injuries on his forehead and cheeks were almost healed. Was it really retribution? Originally, he scoffed at this kind of thing and didn't believe it at all. When this kind of thing happened to him and his predecessor had experienced it, it really made him suspicious. If it was not retribution, how could this kind of thing be explained? Why don't you ask Yao if he has a good way? His wife asked while chatting with her husband after lunch. What can he do about such a serious illness? However, I have to thank him. He went to the clinic. Wang Yao happened to be there. Dr. Wang. He changed the way he addressed Wang Yao. Come, sit down. After not seeing him for a few days, Wang Yao found that Wang Ziqing had changed a lot. The biggest change was the look in his eyes. As the saying goes, the eyes are the window to the soul. His eyes were gentle and kind. He looked a little tired. It was the kind of mental exhaustion which showed that he should be very tired these days. Thank you. Thank me for what? Wang Yao poured him a glass of water. Thank you for making me realize how unreasonable I was before, Wang Ziqing said. That's because you realized it yourself. What he used was nothing more than a small trick. In the beginning, he secretly patted Wang Ziqing's body and did something to his meridians, which would affect the coordination of his stomach and limbs. After 7 or 8 days, it would heal by itself. If Wang Ziqing still did not repent at that time, Wang Yao naturally had a way to cure him. My father's illness is very serious, isn't it? He knew that at the beginning, the disease was seen here. He heard from the old man that Wang Yao suggested they go to a big hospital as soon as possible. However, He did not take it seriously at that time. "It's very serious," Wang Yao said. "Haven't you already been to the hospital with him?" "Yes, I have," Wang Ziqing said. "The clinic said it was a bad disease. It can't be cured." Speaking of this, Wang Ziqing's eyes were red again. This was not a pretense. It was the true expression of his inner feelings. "Don't be sad," Wang Yao said. "At this time, let the old man be happy." "It's all my fault," Wang Ziqing said. "I'm not a good person. I must have made him angry." In the past few days, he had been upset and regretful. Whether his father's illness had anything to do with him or not, it definitely had something to do with it. It had a lot to do with it. He was happy and fat. People who were in a good mood and liked to laugh generally did not get seriously ill because they were in a good mood and relaxed. Appearance was born from the heart, and illness was also born from the heart. As the saying went, happiness hurt the heart, anger hurt the liver, thinking hurt the spleen, and fear hurt the kidneys. Extreme emotions were harmful to the body, especially long-term bad emotions. The damage to the body was even more likely to be huge. For example, Wang Ziqing's father, who had worked hard to raise his son, was not filial at all. He scolded him all day and felt like he was treating his servant. How could he be in a good mood? He was afraid that he was sulking all day. Over time, he naturally became ill. Wang Yao did not speak after listening. It was a bit late to repent at this time. If it had happened a few years earlier, maybe the old man would not have gotten this disease. He sighed. Unfortunately, there was no medicine for regret in the world, and there were not so many ifs. "Can you cure this disease?" Although he did not have much hope, he still asked again. "I can relieve the pain of the old man's illness," Wang Yao said. "Relieve the pain? Good," Wang Ziqing said. Although the old man said that he slept well, he knew that sometimes the old man could not sleep at all in the middle of the night. He had gotten up in the past few nights and walked gently to the old man's room. He could hear his sigh, which was painful. It was good to relieve the pain of the old man, but the medicine is very expensive. Wang Yao stared into Wang Ziqing's eyes when he said this. "It's expensive, but it's okay." There was no hesitation. "Very good," Wang Yao thought. "He's really changed." "You go back first," Wang Yao said. "I need to think about it. Come and get the medicine tomorrow." "Okay," Wang Ziqing said. "Thank you." He got up and bowed to Wang Yao before leaving. "It's not necessary." This big gesture surprised Wang Yao. Wang Ziqing returned home. "How is it?" his wife asked. "It's nothing," Wang Ziqing said. He said it can relieve the pain, but the treatment is very difficult. When his father and his wife spoke, their voices were very low. They were afraid to disturb their father and make the old man more suspicious. "That's good," his wife said. "It's very expensive. Even if we have to sell everything, we can still treat Dad," his wife said. "Well, okay." Chapter 543. In the clinic, Wang Yao took out his notebook, which recorded the difficult and complicated diseases he had encountered. It was the same disease again. Wang Yao had encountered several cases of this disease. He had tried to treat a patient a long time ago. It was effective. The patient's life was prolonged. If the patient had not had an accident, the effect might have been better. The other case was Mr. Wu in Jing City. His condition was slightly better. Now, he was ready to treat the third case. He had recorded the old man's condition when he first saw him. He had also thought of a treatment plan. Now, he just needed to improve it. Then, he could implement it. The treatment of this disease was the same. It could consolidate the corporeity and strengthen the patient's resistance. It could expel the evil, relieve pain, and eliminate the source of the disease. The medicine decocted with ginseng, glossy ganoderma, licorice, and several other wild herbs could strengthen the body's resistance. Among them, he needed to add drugs that could relieve the old man's pain. For this, he added half a leaf of Bajieton, one medicine with two effects. As for the price, they were from the same village. The prodigal son had returned. Let's see what he would do next. He focused on decocting the medicine the next day. This time, when he closed the clinic, he hung a wooden sign outside the door, indicating that he had something to do outside. In the evening, on Nanshan Hill, he prepared the herbs to be decocted the next day. Tomorrow, he would decoct 2 medicines. One was to strengthen the corporeity and relieve pain. The other was the ointment for continuing life that he had decocted for the first time. The next morning, Zhao Chongsheng was angry. Early in the morning, the unique smell of medicine floated out of the cottage. The first medicine was relatively easy to decoct because he had decocted it several times. In Jing City, a guest came to the Su family's house. Rui Ping, look, Zhenghe has reached the age of marrying a wife. Your Xiao Xue is also 25. Let's be in-laws. Sister, we have to ask for the child's opinion. You know Xiao Xue's situation. We have to respect her opinion. Song Ruiping did not refuse directly. Let's ask Xiao Xue, Li Tongxiu said. The parents' order and the matchmaker's words were old, but after some families, the children's marriage was still decided by the parents. Yes, we need to hear the child's opinion, Li Tongxiu said with a smile. She left the Su family with a smile. Even after getting into the car, she still had a smile on her face. She must be unhappy, Song Ruiping thought to herself as she watched the car leave. In fact, what she said just now was already an excuse. At the Guo residence, Guo Zhenghe was peeling oranges. When he heard the door open, he hurriedly got up. How is it, Ma? Fortunately, it's the same reply as last time, Li Tongxiu said with a smile. Oh, come, have an orange first. Guo Zhenghe was still smiling as he listened. No one could tell what he was thinking at the moment. Li Tongxiu looked at her son and said with a smile, well, you're pretty good at maintaining your composure. Hearing this news, if it were other people of the same age, they would inevitably be disappointed or angry. However, her son didn't show the slightest bit of dissatisfaction. Just this alone made Li Tongxiu very proud. As an official, the way to the middle was to not show his happiness or anger. It's still the same excuse. It's not innovative at all. Guo Zhenghe threw a piece of orange into his mouth. It was sweet and juicy. Zhenghe, you have a lot of competitors, Li Tongxiu said. I heard that the He family and the Chung family are interested in this aspect. I've already gone to the activities. I saw Xiao Xue again today. This girl is indeed beautiful, like a fairy in a painting. Although she had seen many beautiful girls, when she first saw Su Xiao Xue, she still felt a sense of amazement. When has your son's taste been bad? I met Mr. Yuan, Li Tongxiu said. He showed Xiao Xue that a withered tree has come back to life and a butterfly has broken out of its cocoon. This is a great, auspicious sign. She is very expensive. Yes, Guo Zhenghe nodded. Sometimes, rich people like them were more inclined to believe in such things. Next, you have to help me see how to marry her, Li Tongxiu said. My father has to go back to Beijing next week to report his work, right? Guo Zhenghe asked. Yes. Why don't we let him talk to Uncle Su? Guo Zhenghe handed his mother an orange. Yes, I'll talk to your father then, Li Tongxiu said. In the Su family's house, Song Ruiping and Su Xiao Xue were also chatting. What did Annie Li come here for? She came for you, Song Ruiping said. She came to propose marriage? Su Xiao Xue asked with a smile. Yes, she came to propose marriage for her precious son, Song Ruiping said. I don't like him. Su Xiao Xue expressed her opinion very clearly. Tell me, do you like Wang Yao? This was also the first time Song Ruiping had asked her daughter this question so clearly. Yes, Su Xiao Xue replied without hesitation. Sure enough, hearing her daughter's words, Song Ruiping sighed secretly. Why? Just because he cured your illness? That's just one of the reasons, Su Xiao Xue said. I just like him. I like him from the bottom of my heart. Do you need so many reasons to like someone? She was like a little girl at the moment. Silly child, Song Ruiping said. Come, sit down. She pulled her daughter to sit beside her. Have you ever thought about what if he already has a sweetheart? Then I wish him all the best, Su Xiao Xue said. Song Ruiping's nose twitched slightly. No matter what decision you make, I'll support you. She held her daughter in her arms. After coming out of her daughter's room, Song Ruiping left the house and went to the small courtyard where Chunning lived. After seeing Song Ruiping, Chunning was a little surprised. She rarely came here unless Wang Yao came to Jing. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. Last time you said Wang Yao has a girlfriend, right? Yes, Her name is Tong Wei. I've seen her before. What do you think? She's a very outstanding girl. Where does she work? In Dao. Chunning clearly told her the company where Tong Wei worked. Okay. After that, Song Ruaping asked about her brother's condition. After saying a few unimportant words, she left. What's going on? Chunning felt that Song Ruaping came so suddenly. Why did she only ask about Tong Wei's condition? Could it be? Chunning suddenly thought of a possibility. Ah, it's lucky and unlucky at the same time, Chunning said with a sigh. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao was decocting the intermittent ointment. He had already prepared the herbs. The missing filafing had also been exchanged through the system's pharmacy. Panax noto ginseng, acaranthes the blood draining. The herbs were added one by one. The color of the decoction gradually changed from the initial light blue color. As the herbs were added, the decoction became more and more viscous. At first, the decoction was like clear water. Gradually, it became as viscous as honey. Then it became like glue. The paste naturally had to be very viscous. Wang Yao squatted next to the fire, steaming and stirring the decoction. He didn't add water, only firewood. In the sky, the sun had reached the highest height of the day. In the cottage, the decoction had become very viscous. Wang Yao filtered the viscous decoction again and filtered the dregs in it a second time. Generally, making an ointment required several steps such as explosives, refining pills, refining oil, and removing fire toxins. Wang Yao's method of decoction was to use the characteristics of the herbs to make an ointment. After several decoctions, the decoction was filtered. The decoction in the multifunctional pot for herbs finally turned dark green. It was unusually viscous. It was almost done. Wang Yao took the multifunctional pot for herbs away from the fire and took it outside. He waited for the ointment to cool down beside the pool of clear water. San Xian heard the sound and came out of the kennel. He came closer and looked at the dark green decoction in the multifunctional pot for herbs. Stay away from me, San Xian. Wang Yao smiled and patted its head. San Xian stayed by Wang Yao's side quietly. Wang Yao sat on the folding stool beside the small pool of clear water. The decoction in the multifunctional pot for herbs gradually cooled down. Then, the decoction slowly changed shape. It became more transparent, like jelly. In the end, there was only a little more than a teacup left in the pot of decoction. It's done. Wang Yao took out a porcelain cup with a round lid that he had prepared in advance. He put the decoction into the cup, leaving nothing behind. Chapter 544. He poured it into the porcelain cup. The ointment was as black as jade, exuding a unique herbal fragrance. This is a treasure, Wang Yao said to San Xian. Woof. San Xian barked twice upon hearing that. Well, I won't let you try this medicine, Wang Yao said with a smile. In the past, when he was experimenting with some drugs, he always liked to let the dog try out the effects. At the foot of the mountain, outside the clinic, 2 cars were parked. Judging from the license plates, they were from the provincial capital. 3 people got out of the car. One of them was quite majestic. It seemed that he was in a high position in power. Is it here? Yes, it's here. What's going on here? They saw the wooden sign hanging outside the clinic. He's not here. Well, it seems that we came at a bad time. Doesn't he live in this village? Ask where his home is and go to his house to look for him. He doesn't like people to go to his house and disturb his parents. A man in his 30s wearing glasses said. What should we do? Are we just going to wait here? Go to his house and ask for his phone number, the man who seemed to be the leader of the 3 said. Okay. Someone immediately went to the village to inquire. It turned out that Wang Yao's parents were not home. They had gone out to visit. So, they waited in the car. Is there a business in this way? This is a clinic, not a business, the young man with glasses in the car said. A clinic is also a business. A business has to be honest and punctual, right? Another chubby middle-aged man said. You see, our director is so busy. We've been waiting for him here for more than an hour. To be precise, it's an hour and 40 minutes. Lao He, I find that you are very meticulous. You are really good at thinking about the leader, the young man said with a smile. Same to you, the chubby middle-aged man said. Oh, I think he won't be able to open his clinic if this goes on, the chubby middle-aged man said with a sigh. Haha. The young man smiled. He thought that the doctor had a personality. He liked him, but he couldn't say that in front of his colleagues. There's still people coming. Don't you see that sign? At noon, Wang Yao came down from the hill. He was surprised to see 2 cars waiting for him outside his house. Originally, he wanted to take the initiative to ask, but after receiving a phone call, he immediately changed his mind. He ignored the people in the 2 cars and went straight home. On the way home, he met a fat man who was rushing to the clinic. Hey, he didn't come? Was family called just now? They said he was on the way. The fat man came to the car and asked, Little G, did you see that? No. The young man with glasses in the car didn't say much. In fact, he had been here before and had seen Wang Yao. Just now when Wang Yao passed by the car and glanced at them, he didn't stop. He recognized him and saw his reaction, so he didn't get out of the car. Little G, have you been here before? I've been here once. You've seen a doctor? No, I waited outside and didn't go in, the young man said. Wang Yao returned home. His parents were both there. Hey Yao, didn't you just pass by the clinic? His mother was surprised. I passed by, and I saw someone waiting there. Let them wait, Wang Yao said. What? Zhang Xiaoying was stunned. Because they broke the rules, Wang Yao calmly said. What rules? They just came to our house to ask. Maybe there is something urgent? Zhang Xiaoying was a warm-hearted person. I've seen it. There shouldn't be anything urgent, Wang Yao said. The reason why he treated the people in the 2 cars like this was that he had heard the man's tone to his mother was very unfriendly. Although it was just a few words, it sounded a little arrogant. Since he was so manic, he just had to wait. This child. Mom, I haven't eaten yet. Wang Yao changed the topic. You haven't eaten yet. I'll heat up the dishes for you. As soon as Zhang Xiaoying heard this, she immediately prepared lunch for her son. Who cares about outsiders? Put them all aside. After a while, the dishes were heated. Wang Yao ate at home peacefully. Outside the clinic, the people couldn't wait. What's going on? The fat man was a little anxious. Didn't you ask his family for a phone number? His family won't give it to me, the fat man Lao He said. This guy made the director wait for several hours. His rank is not low. I'll go to his house again. When Lao He ran to his house, he found Wang Yao drinking water leisurely. Hey, isn't this young man the one who just came down from the mountain? He has been home for a long time. Why didn't you go to the clinic when you came back? We've been waiting for a long time. He was anxious and his tone was a little harsh. If you can't wait, you can leave, Wang Yao calmly said. Hey, how can you say that? Lao He was angry when he heard that. He was a little angry that he had waited outside for so long. When he came in and saw that the person in question was at home, he was even angrier that he had asked them to wait outside. What kind of attitude is this? How can you, a small mountain village doctor, be so arrogant? Get out, Wang Yao said. You, get out, Dong. Old Ho's intuition exploded in his ears like a clap of thunder. He felt dizzy for a moment. What's going on? He was shocked. He looked at the young man who was still sitting there. Is it an illusion? He dared to be arrogant at home. He was quite capable. Wang Yao decided that he would not see this patient. You're good. Wait and see. Lao He left angrily. Before he went out, he slammed the iron door of Wang Yao's house with a bang. What's going on? Zhang Xiaoying, who heard the noise, hurriedly came out. She was scared. Nothing, Mom. I'll go out for a while, Wang Yao said. How dare he be arrogant here? Lao He returned to the outside of the clinic angrily. Director. How is it? The dignified man asked. He's at home. He just passed by here and saw us. He knew that we were waiting here, but he didn't come over, Lao He said. What's going on then? The director's face changed slightly after he heard that. He doesn't take us seriously. Okay, I see. The director waved his hand. Wait a little longer. I want to see what kind of person this doctor is. Lao He returned to the back of the car after hearing that. I'm so angry. What's going on? Then he recounted what he had just experienced with some embellishment. You're just a small mountain village doctor. What's so good about him? How dare he make us wait? Lao He said angrily. He did not expect that he would be bullied in such a mountain village. He had such a thought in his heart. They came from the provincial capital and worked in the system. They were superior to others. When they came here to do business, they had to be quick wherever they went. In fact, this was indeed the case. They followed their superiors to inspect the village. Everywhere they passed, they were very cooperative. They did not expect to encounter such a mess here and meet such an ignorant person. "All right, don't be angry," the young man next to him said. "This is going to be troublesome," he thought. They waited for more than half an hour, but they didn't see anyone. "He's at home, but he didn't come. It's so annoying." "Lauhi, don't be angry. This time, we are here to treat the director," the young man next to him said. "Okay." Lauhi took a deep breath. He hadn't realized what mistake he had just made. Now that he calmed down and thought about it, he thought, this is bad. Now, he had angered the doctor. The doctor just came to treat the director. In the end, the director had to go back. The purpose of this trip couldn't be achieved. In the end, it was their fault. What should I do? While he was worrying, he saw the young man coming in their direction through the rearview mirror. He's here? He's still here? When Wang Yao passed by the car, he didn't look at them and walked forward. "Lauhi, wait here. I'll go down and ask." The young man with glasses stopped his colleague who wanted to get out of the car. Chapter 545. My colleague's tone was not right just now. He was also anxious. "I hope you can forgive him." The young man's attitude was much better than the previous one. "You can go back," Wang Yao calmly said. The window of the first car had been partially lowered. The conversation between the two people could clearly be heard by the people sitting inside. "You see, I came all the way here because of your reputation. I've been waiting for you all morning. Please forgive me." The young man was neither anxious nor impatient. He had a smile on his face. The man sitting in the car nodded. "I said I won't see you. Please go back," Wang Yao said. "Can I ask why?" At this time, the director sitting in the car got out of the car. "According to the rules, you can't go to my house to see a doctor here," Wang Yao said. "The wooden sign is also very clear. I have to go out for business. Don't disturb my family. Isn't it clear enough? But you are clearly here. You didn't go out. If I'm not in the clinic, I'm going out. Whether I go out or not, I have the final say," Wang Yao calmly said. "Hiss." The man in his 40s looked at the young doctor. If it weren't for that person's recommendation, he would never have come here. What could be worth coming to such a mountain village? But he didn't expect that this young man's temper would be so weird. After that, Wang Yao did not say much. He turned around and went up the hill. "Hey you. Interesting. Let's go back." The director smiled and got in the car. It was not worthwhile for him to lose his temper over such a trivial matter. The car turned around and left. Wang Yao did not care about them. He went up Nanshan Hill again. The car stopped in the middle of the village. "Director? Why is he here?" He looked out the window and saw a familiar old man. He was walking slowly on the road in the village. This person was Lin Sitao. Asked the old man to come over. "Be careful with your tone." "Okay." The staff in the car got out and came to the old man. They said a few words to him. Then the old man came to the car. "Hello, Director Su. It's really you. Why are you here? Is Director Sun also here?" "No, only I am here," Lin Sitao said. "Oh." At this moment, Sun Yinsheng walked over from the other side. "Uncle Lin, this is..." Director Su looked at Sun Yinsheng. From the corner of his eyes, he could vaguely see Sun Zhengrong's appearance. "Young Master Sun, you are..." "This is Director Su of the Provincial Transportation Department." "Oh, hello, Director Su." "Hello." Director Su was very puzzled. Didn't they say that Sun Zhengrong's son had a strange disease and was dying? Why is he fine here? After chatting for a while, Lin Sitao and Sun Yinsheng didn't ask much, and Director Su didn't say much either. Then the car left. "Is Director Su here to see a doctor?" Sun Yinsheng asked. "See a doctor?" Lin Sitao turned his head and looked to the south. "I'm afraid he's been rejected." "Oh." "I saw that wooden sign hanging in front of Dr. Wang's door when I was taking a walk this morning. Based on their temperament, they probably went back to your home, right?" Sun Yinsheng asked. They might have restrained themselves a little in the provincial capital, but in this small mountain village, they definitely wouldn't. "Yes. I don't know if Director Su will be angry." "Of course," Lin Sitao said. Won't Dr. Wang be in trouble? He can handle it himself, Lin Sitao said. For such a trouble, he only needed to call Jing. Whether it was the Guo family or the Su family, they could solve it with a word. Even his master could solve it. The next morning, Du Feng came to the clinic. He looked much better than before, and he was slightly chubbier. How have you been feeling recently? Wang Yao said. Very good, Du Feng said. Since he received treatment in Wang Yao's clinic, he hadn't taken expensive heart medicine for a long time. However, his body didn't feel the slightest discomfort. On the contrary, he felt more and more comfortable. He even had an illusion that his heart was beating more and more powerfully. It was no longer as fragile as before, and he didn't need to take medicine to maintain it. Come on, let me take a look at you. Wang Yao gave him a careful examination. Well, you're recovering well. It's estimated that you'll recover after taking 2 more doses of medicine. That's great, Du Feng said happily. Well, you can come and pick up the medicine tomorrow. Okay. Du Feng left happily. As soon as he left, Sun Yunxing followed him in. Dr. Wang, have a seat. What's the matter? Well, did Director Su come to see a doctor yesterday? Sun Yunxing asked. The clinic was closed yesterday. Some people came to see me, but I drove them away. Why do you ask about this? Drove them away? Sun Yunxing was taken aback. You're right. This gentleman really has the temperament of a commoner. Director Su can be considered a senior official, Sun Yunxing said. You mean he will retaliate? Wang Yao understood what Sun Yunxing meant. It's always good to be careful, Sun Yunxing said. It was just a matter of a phone call for those people to find fault with their subordinates. Although the health department was not under his jurisdiction, it was there. They were all equal departments. Who didn't have any problems with the people in charge? If you need anything, please don't hesitate to let me know, Sun Yunxing said. Okay, thank you. Sun Yunxing was considerate. It was true that they could be friends, but there was also some friendship involved. You're welcome, Sun Yunxing hurriedly said. Have you been practicing boxing recently? Yes, I learned a little from Uncle Lin, Sun Yunxing said. In fact, he liked practicing martial arts very much. Well, good. Your qi and blood are much stronger, Wang Yao said. After chatting for a while, Sun Yunxing took his leave. Trouble. Wang Yao didn't think so much, but he had to be careful. There were more patients in the afternoon. They were all people from the front and back villages. Most of them had gastrointestinal problems. This was a series of problems caused by overeating, drinking, and not having enough rest during the Spring Festival. Wang Yao's treatment principle was to let those who could eat go back directly. He didn't prescribe medicine for those who could be massaged. There were 2 patients who were a little worse. They drank so much that they had gastrointestinal bleeding. Why did you come so late? Wang Yao said, I thought it was not auspicious to come to see a doctor before the first lunar month. I couldn't stand it, so I came here, a middle-aged man replied. His face was sallow, and his lips were a little purple. Your liver is not very good, and you drink too much. Your body will collapse if you continue to drink like this, Wang Yao said. Well, it's Chinese New Year, the man said. He didn't want to drink on some occasions, but in the end, he couldn't stand it and drank. As a result, the more he drank, the more uncomfortable he became. Since you are here today, I'll prescribe some medicine for you to recuperate. You're not allowed to drink while taking the medicine. If you are still like this next time, there is no need for treatment, Wang Yao said. Oh, okay. The man nodded quickly. Same for you, Wang Yao said to the person behind him. At first glance, it was obvious that the man was vomiting, diarrhea, and dehydrated because of drinking too much. Hey, Wang Yao took a closer look at him. You are different from him. You actually drank on an empty stomach. Wang Yao took a closer look at him. How can you know that? The man was stunned. It doesn't matter. I have to prescribe you 2 doses of medicine. In addition to all kinds of taboos, I have to add one more thing, which is to eat regularly. Oh, okay, sure. Another man in his 30s also nodded. Wang Yao prepared the medicine for the 2 of them. He then wrote down the decoction method and things to pay attention to. Take the medicine regularly, and don't do anything taboo. Sure, the people who came here all agreed. However, it was hard to say what they would do when they went back. Wang Yao was quite busy in the afternoon. After all the patients had left, He carefully sorted out the treatment that day. These were all relatively common diseases that used some common herbs. They could be obtained through normal channels and had the value of promotion. Wang Yao recorded it very carefully. His other notebook recorded the diseases that needed to be treated with licorice roots. Chapter 546. Wang Yao also had an idea. He hoped that in the future, he could reorganize the knowledge he had mastered and the patients he had treated. He hoped that he could write a medical book, just like Sanguzi. As time went by, he had fallen in love with the profession of pharmacist. He hoped to pass it on and carry forward it. It was already past 6 p.m. when he finished sorting this out. After dinner, he went to Nanshan Hill early. He prepared the herbs. At night, he decocted the medicine for Du Feng's heart injury. I don't know if this intermittent ointment has an effect on such diseases. In the process of decocting the medicine, Wang Yao thought of the intermittent ointment he had just finished. Since it was claimed to be able to make up for the deficiency, it should have a certain effect on such diseases. It was late at night, and the lights were dim. That night, Wang Ziqing tossed and turned on the bed. He could not sleep. "What's wrong?" his wife asked. "I'm thinking about Dad's illness. I think we should take Dad to the provincial hospital," Wang Ziqing said. "You should go." His wife supported this. "I'll ask Wang Yao tomorrow." "Ask him." "He said he could ease Dad's pain, but he couldn't cure it," Wang Ziqing said. "How can this disease be cured? His medicine should be ready." "I'll ask again tomorrow," Wang Ziqing said. The next morning, Wang Ziqing came to the clinic early and waited. "Why are you so early?" Wang Yao came down from the mountain and was surprised to see him. "I want to ask, didn't you say you could ease Dad's pain last time? Is the medicine ready?" Wang Ziqing asked. "Yes, come in and get it," Wang Yao said. "Oh, okay." Wang Ziqing followed him into the clinic. Wang Yao took out the medicine that had been decocted early. The white porcelain bottle had been stored in the grid of the system, so it was still warm. "How much is it?" $10,000. "How much?" Wang Ziqing was stunned. Last time, Wang Yao had told him that the medicine would be very expensive. He had some psychological preparation, but he did not expect it to be so expensive. "What? You think it's too expensive?" Wang Yao asked calmly. "To be honest, it's beyond my imagination," Wang Ziqing said. Most people had such a reaction. They were not bosses like Tian Yuan-tu and Wei Hai, who had a net worth of hundreds of millions. Moreover, they trusted Wang Yao's medical skills very much. To be honest, many people in the village knew that Wang Yao could treat illnesses, but they only thought that he could treat headaches, fevers, backaches, and leg pains. Serious illnesses still needed to be treated in the hospital. "It's up to you whether you want it or not," Wang Yao said. The medicine he took was definitely worth the price. Wang Ziqing thought for a while and said, "How about this? I'll give you 5,000 first. Let's see how it works." "I'll make an exception for one village," Wang Yao said. He was a little surprised that Wang Ziqing could buy it. "Well, you wait. I'll get the money." Wang Ziqing left in a hurry and came back about half an hour later. "Here you are." He put the 5,000 yuan on the table. The medicine, the way to take it, and the contraindications of diet. Wang Yao gave him the porcelain bottle and the piece of paper. "Okay, thank you." Wang Ziqing returned home with the medicine. He told his wife about it. "What? 5,000 yuan?" His wife was stunned. Yao is too greedy. What kind of medicine is worth 5,000 yuan? Isn't he cheating people? "Don't worry. Let's try it first. You can't tell our father about it." "I know." His wife still pouted. "We are all from the same village. We see each other every day. How can I tell him?" She was still muttering. Wang Ziqing took the warm medicine to his father's hut. The old man was lying on the kong with his eyebrows knitted. In the past few days, the illness had worsened. The old man also had a bad feeling, but looking at his son, he did not say or ask. "Dad?" Wang Ziqing called softly. "What's the matter?" The old man opened his eyes and looked at his son. "This is the medicine I brought for you. Drink some." "Well, okay," the old man said. "Chinese medicine?" Looking at the medicine poured out of the white porcelain bottle, the old man was a little surprised. "Yes, Chinese medicine." Wang Ziqing did not say much. The old man drank all the medicine in the bowl. The medicine was a little bitter. When he drank it, he only felt the warmth in his abdomen. It quickly spread to his limbs and bones. It was very comfortable. The old man breathed a long sigh of relief. "How do you feel, Dad?" "It's hot and comfortable." After all, it was still a bowl of medicine. It was not an elixir. It could not have an immediate effect. "Well, if you feel uncomfortable, just say it. Don't hold it back." Wang Zicheng was worried about whether the medicine would have other side effects. "Oh, okay, you go ahead. You don't have to accompany me here. I'll accompany you for a while." Wang Zicheng stayed by the Kong for a while before going out. "Dad, how is it?" "There is nothing unusual. You should listen to him." "Okay." The old man lay on the Kong. He felt that the warmth of his body was very comfortable. It was like soaking in hot water. The pain in his abdomen was slowly alleviating. "Sigh," he sighed. It was because he was comfortable. Then he slowly fell asleep. At noon, lunch was ready. Wang Zicheng went to call his father to eat. He walked quietly into the room and saw the old man lying quietly on the Kong. He fell asleep. The look on his face was very peaceful. There was no frown caused by pain in the past. He knew from a doctor in the hospital that this disease would make the patient very painful. It was very uncomfortable and difficult to sleep. This medicine is really effective. He stood quietly at the side and watched for a while before quietly retreating. "Where is Dad?" "Dad is asleep. He is sleeping very soundly. Let's eat first and leave some for Dad." While speaking, Wang Zicheng left a part of each dish and served it separately. Then, the couple began to eat. Thousands of miles away in Jing, "How is it, Chen Lao?" "The old man's condition is very stable, and it is getting better. The effect of this medicine is really extraordinary." The old man sighed. "That's good," Wu Tongrong said. After the Spring Festival, his brother went to Lianshan County and asked for the medicine. The effect was extraordinary. Now, the old man could get out of bed and walk around, which made the whole family very happy. "When will he come again?" "I don't know. He just said he would come back after the Spring Festival," Wu Tongrong said. "It's good that he promised to come," Chen Lao said. After leaving Wu's house, he went to the home of his old friend. The old man was playing with the bird at home. "Tisk, TSK, you are so free." "Hey, stinky chess player, did you just come out of Wu's house?" "Well, you are quite well informed," Chen Lao said. "He also called me," Li Shengrong said. "Really? Come on, let's play a game." "Hey, what's wrong with you today? You are quite active." The two old men began to fight in the small courtyard. "The test results of the medicine are out. You didn't analyze it, did you?" Chen Zhouchuan asked. "Not really," Chen Lao said. "I only analyzed a few drugs. I can't analyze the main drugs." "Kilcar, Pegasus." The two old men were talking. Their hands were not idle. "Have some tea." Li Shengrong's wife brought the tea. "Thank you." Chen Zhouchuan hurriedly got up and took the teacup. "Bao Pan, flying elephant. I told you a long time ago," Chen Zhouchuan said. "You just don't listen. If you can analyze it, you may have a major breakthrough in the treatment of this disease," Chen Zhouchuan said. "This is something that will benefit future generations. Come on, don't pretend to be righteous in front of me. You should publicize what you know and let people in the industry learn it for free. That is also something that will benefit future generations. You should do it," Chen Lao said in a sarcastic tone. "How can I do that? There are rules in the sect." "Humph." Chen Lao waved his hand disdainfully. "Hey, General. Well, when did your horse come here?" "When you were pretending just now," Chen Lao said. "Oh, I find that you are getting more and more shameless. Don't call me if you don't have to." Chen Lao got up and left. He didn't look back. "Hey, wait here." Chen Lao got up and pulled his old friend's sleeve, but he was pushed away. "You are an old man in your 70s. How dare you have ideas about a young man?" "Li Shengrong, why didn't I know you were like this before?" Chen Lao left angrily. Only the slightly fat old man was left standing at the door. He was in a daze. Chapter 547. "That's not what I meant." After a long time, he finally said this sentence. "You were fine just now? Why did you suddenly get angry?" Li Shengrong's wife heard the noise and came out of the house. She only saw her husband standing at the door in a daze. It's okay. Li Xingrong waved his hand. What a terrible chess game. He returned to the courtyard and looked at the unfinished game of chess. The chariot, horse cannon, and cannon had become a sure kill game. He had indeed lost. Let's eat, his wife said. You are confused because of anger. Didn't you just eat? Have some tea. It's on the table, his wife said. Hey, I don't want to drink. I'm going to watch the opera. His wife went into the room angrily. You are more than 150 years old, but you are still like a child. His wife shook her head with a smile. Sigh. The old man sighed and tidied up the things on the table. In a mountain village, at Wang Ziqing's home, the old man lying on the Kong slept all afternoon and didn't wake up until the evening. After waking up, he felt that his body didn't hurt so much. He was not so tired. He felt much better. Hey, this medicine is really magical. He sighed. I don't know where Ziqing got it. In another room, I have finished cooking, his wife said. Go and see if Dad is awake. He has slept for the whole afternoon. His wife said to Wang Ziqing. Okay. Wang Ziqing came to the old man's room quietly and found that the old man had woken up. He didn't know if it was an illusion, but the old man's complexion seemed to be much better. Dad, you are awake. How do you feel? His wife asked. I feel good. My stomach doesn't hurt so much, and my body is not so tired. The medicine works. Where did you get it? The old man asked. Does it really work? His wife asked. Of course, why would I lie to you? Oh, that's good. As long as it works, it's good. This medicine is from Yao. Oh, he is really capable, the old man said. Yes, yes, Wang Ziqing said. It is also expensive. A dose of medicine costs 10,000 yuan. However, he didn't say that to his father. It was enough for him and his wife to know. He even regretted telling his wife about it. I'll get you some water first. Drink some water first. The meal is ready. Then you can eat. All right. The old man drank some water and stood up. His daughter-in-law brought the cooked food over, and the whole family ate in the old man's house. When did Hao Yuan come back? Let him stay at his grandma's house, Wang Ziqing said. I haven't had enough fun yet. The children were noisy when they came back, and the elderly couldn't rest well either. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, the old man said. He missed his grandson. In fact, the child was sent to his father-in-law after Wang Ziqing repented. Because the child was only 5 or 6 years old, it was the most naughty age. He made trouble at home all day long and was willing to pester his grandfather. The old man's health was very poor. How could he bear such trouble? So, he was directly sent to his father-in-law's house. If you miss him, I'll bring him back tomorrow. Bring him back and let him stay for 2 days, the old man said. As the saying goes, grandfathers are close to their grandsons. This is human nature. Let's eat. The dinner was very light. This was also what Wang Yao had specifically told him. The old man's current situation was to focus on light dishes. It was appropriate progress because his body was now very weak. His stomach couldn't digest the fish and meat at all. Instead, it would bring extra burden. After dinner, the old man walked twice in the yard to digest the food. Then he watched TV with his son and daughter-in-law for a while. Dad, it's time to take medicine. Wang Ziqing took out the medicine brewed by Wang Yao. It had been warmed. He poured a small bowl for the old man. How much is this medicine? It's not expensive. It's 100 yuan. After all, it's from the same village. When he spoke, his face was normal. His wife's face changed and quickly returned to normal. 100 yuan? It's not expensive. It's not expensive. It's from the same village. Even if it's effective, it can't be so expensive. His wife thought. Of course, these words couldn't be said in front of the old man. It's not cheap. The old man had been thrifty for most of his life. It was already expensive to buy medicine that cost 100 yuan. If he knew that this medicine cost 10,000 yuan, he probably wouldn't be able to sleep at night. No matter what, he wouldn't let his son buy medicine again. The old man didn't return to his room until after 8 o'clock. When the old man returned to the room, the couple began to discuss the matter. This medicine is useful. We have to continue to take it, Wang Ziqing said. A dose of medicine costs 10,000 yuan. How much do you need to drink? His wife asked. It would be a lie to say that she didn't feel distressed. They relied on farming a few acres of land and went out to work. They earned tens of thousands of yuan a year. Over the years, they had saved some money in their hands. They were going to buy a house in the county. We'll buy as much as he drinks, Wang Ziqing said. As long as our father drinks it, it's fine. Okay, it's up to you. Compared with her husband, who was usually unreliable, his wife was a reasonable person. I'll go to see Wang Yao tomorrow. The next day, at about 9 o'clock in the morning, Pan Jun came to the clinic with a few fruits in his hand. Master, don't bring anything in the future, Wang Yao said. Are you not on duty today? Yes. Okay, continue to learn. Wang Yao continued to teach Pan Jun the massage skills. He explained and practiced to let Pan Jun experience it personally. Does your shoulder hurt a little? Yes. This is because you've been at the table for too long. Your muscles are stiff. Use your body to feel my technique. He rubbed, pressed, and stroked. In an instant, Pan Jun felt that his shoulder was warm and particularly comfortable. Master, you're amazing. Don't be distracted, Wang Yao said. While the master and apprentice were busy, a person came in from the outside. Dr. Wang, come in. Wang Ziqing came in from outside. Ziqing, come and sit down. Okay, wait a moment. After listening, Pan Jun sat aside. Well, Wang Ziqing looked at Pan Jun. Master, I'll go out and get some fresh air first. Okay. Before Pan Jun left, Wang Yao said, Tell me, what's the matter? Well, the old man used the medicine yesterday. The effect is very good. Of course, Wang Yao calmly said. The medicine he decocted had the inheritance of ancient pharmacists and the assistance of licorice roots. It would be a problem if he didn't use it. Well, can the price be cheaper? No. This is medicine to save people. Is life valuable? Wang Yao said, then I want to ask how many doses of medicine to be used? Wang Ziqing asked. As long as the old man is still alive, it has to be used all the time, Wang Yao said. What? Wang Ziqing was stunned. This meant that there was no end to it. If the old man continued to use the medicine, he would need to take the medicine every 3 days. If the old man could live for 30 days, he would need to take the medicine every 10 days. That would cost 100,000 yuan. If the old man could live for half a year, he would need to take the medicine every 10 days. That would cost 100,000 yuan. Wang Ziqing was stunned. Can it be cheaper? No. Wang Yao shook his head. He looked at Wang Ziqing quietly. Okay. He gritted his teeth. 10,000 yuan it is. Here is the rest of the money. He took out another 5,000 yuan and handed it to Wang Yao. Huh. Wang Yao smiled. You have changed. What? Wang Ziqing was stunned. Okay, you can go back. He waved his hand. Okay. Wang Ziqing got up and left the clinic angrily. It was absolutely false to say that he was not angry. They were all from the same village. How could he be so black-hearted and ask for so much money? If it doesn't work, I will go to his parents. Master, I think he is very angry. Pan Jun came in from outside. It is understandable. Wang Yao smiled. They think that since we are from the same village, it should be cheaper to see a doctor and get medicine. In fact, it is very cheap, Wang Yao said. Yes. Wang Yao's medicine was expensive. Pan Jun knew a little bit about it, but the effect was good. He had heard more than one person about it. They have eyes but can't see the value. Pan Jun said. He knew that if more people knew about Wang Yao's medical skills, he did not know how many people would rush to see him. Money was more important than life. Come on, let's continue. Wang Ziqing went to the door angrily. He took a few deep breaths carefully and rubbed his face. After a while, he calmed down and went in. The old man was basking in the sun in the yard. Last night, after taking the medicine, he did not feel pain and slept well. He slept almost all night until dawn. He had not slept so well for a long time. Chapter 548. The medicine was amazing. Dad, Wang Ziqing said. Where is Hao Yuan? The old man asked. He thought his son had gone to pick up his grandson. I didn't pick him up. I went out to do something else, Wang Ziqing said. How do you feel? Wang Ziqing asked. Very good, very comfortable, the old man said. The sun was good today. The old man was sitting in the yard, leaning against the wall. That's good. I'll drive there in a while, Wang Ziqing said. I'll go into the house to get something. Wang Zicheng entered the house. How is it? His wife asked. It's not cheap. How much do you need to eat? Wang Zicheng asked. Not much, Wang Zicheng said. He didn't plan to tell his wife the truth now. He didn't want his wife to disagree. She would mutter all day and let his father hear it. Well, I'll go out and pick up how you in. Okay, be careful on the way. In the clinic, Wang Yao continued to teach Pan Jun the massage technique. They chatted during the period. Is that person from the same village as you? Yes, his old man is sick, Wang Yao said. What's the disease? Wang Yao asked. Cancer, terminal. Ah, Pan Jun was stunned. Do you want to try? I'm trying, Wang Yao said. Can it work? Pan Jun asked. Haha, are you doubting me? Wang Yao asked with a smile. To be honest, I don't know. I'm fighting with the king of hell. He stared out the window. Who in the world could be sure? Maybe in another year there would be. At noon, Pan Jun treated Wang Yao to lunch. They had lunch in a restaurant in the village next door. Pan Jun treated them. Master, I feel more and more that it's a pity for you to stay in this small mountain village with your medical skills. It was not the first time Pan Jun said such words. Without contact, he didn't know what level Wang Yao's medical skills had reached. It was not to say that he could heal bones and revive the dead, but he was definitely better than the so-called experts in China. It's the same everywhere. Wang Yao smiled. Master, if people ask me where I am from, what should I say? Mission, revive. The name of pharmacist has been lost for a long time. I must revive it. Long-term mission. Mission reward. 1 medical book, 3 bags of herb seeds. If the mission fails, the system will take back all the knowledge and abilities bestowed by the system. Suddenly, Wang Yao heard the system issue a quest. What kind of mission was this? Long-term. How long was long-term? Was there a time limit? Master? Pan Jun saw that Wang Yao was absent-minded for a moment and asked softly. I'm fine, Wang Yao said. I'm a pharmacist. Pharmacist? Yes, Master, you once said that if anyone asks about me in the future, I will say that I am a pharmacist. Yes, your surname is Wang. Are you from the pharmacist king? Pharmacist Wang? Nonsense, Wang Yao said with a straight face. The word king was not something that could be easily withstood. It's just a joke. Master, please don't mind it, Pan Jun said. All right, let's eat, Wang Yao said. He didn't expect that today's meal, a question that wasn't even considered half a disciple, would actually lead to such a brainless long-term mission. To restore the prestige of the pharmacist. There was still a long way to go. This reminded Wang Yao of a poem. The long way to the impregnable pass is like iron. Now I have to take a step forward to cross it. When do you think I can finish my apprenticeship? It's still early, Wang Yao said with a smile. Well, I have to work hard, Pan Jun said. After the master and disciple had lunch, they returned to the clinic. You can take a nap after lunch. It's good for your health. Wang Yao had a room and a bed. Okay, Pan Jun said. At noon, the two went back to rest. One slept, and the other meditated to guide. In the afternoon, Wang Yao continued to teach Pan Jun the essentials of massage knowledge. During this period, a patient came. A few days ago, he had come to see Wang Yao because of diarrhea. You can go back. I can't treat your illness, Wang Yao said to a slightly pale, middle-aged man. Oh, why? The man was stunned after hearing it. When you came last time, I gave you a prescription and specifically told you not to smoke or drink while taking the medicine. Did you do that? Wang Yao said. I just drank a little, the man whispered. A little? Just a little? You have been drinking heavily and smoking frequently in the past 3 days. You have serious diarrhea. Am I right? Wang Yao said. The man was stunned. Yes. You can go. Wang Yao waved his hand. People who didn't listen to the doctor's advice and didn't care about their own health didn't need to be treated. Don't go. I have to come all the way here, the middle-aged man hurriedly said. He had been drinking nonstop for the past few days. At noon and at night, he had been drinking nonstop. This was also because of his work. When the company started to work, he also did some work in the company. When the company started to treat him, they asked him to go. He was a lively person. Whenever he went, he would drink as long as he was asked to. He couldn't stop drinking. At first, he took the medicine according to the time and was very careful. The first 2 days did have an effect. He didn't have diarrhea, and his stomach didn't hurt as much. However, when his body just got better, he began to drink and didn't take the medicine in time. As a result, he immediately had a relapse. At first, he didn't care too much. Now that there was blood, he was shocked and hurried over to have a look. "Let's go." Wang Yao didn't want to talk to this kind of person. He didn't care about his own health. "Doctor, how can you be like this?" The man was a little anxious. "Hey, how can you say that?" Pan Jun at the side heard the man's unfriendly tone and stood up. "It's none of your business. Get out," Wang Yao said. Bang! The man's body shook a few times and almost sat on the ground. What's going on? He just heard a loud explosion in his ears. He only felt dizzy and was about to faint in an instant. He looked at the young man sitting in front of him who was looking at him with cold eyes and then looked at the 1.8-meter-tall man next to him. "Humph, why can't you get up?" He left such a sentence and left angrily. "What kind of person is he?" Pan Jun said disdainfully. "His illness is actually quite serious," Wang Yao said. Looking at his complexion, he looked very bad. There was a faint sense of decadence. Listening to his voice, it was short and weak. He didn't have enough strength. Smelling it, there was a very strange smell in the mouth between breaths. There was also a strange smell on his body. These were all signs of his body being unhealthy. Well, I think his complexion is not good. It seems that his qi and blood are not enough. If he doesn't control himself, his organs may be irreversibly damaged. By then, it will be too late for him to regret it, Wang Yao said. There were always some people in the world who didn't listen to advice. It was too late for regret. Let's continue. Okay. After the patient left Wang Yao's clinic angrily, he was very worried, so he drove to the People's Hospital in Lianshan County. After arriving there, he explained the situation to the doctor there. Because it was afternoon and he had already eaten and drunk some water, some examinations couldn't be done. He could only come back the next day. Pan Jun left at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. After the two of them left, Wang Yao stayed in the clinic alone, thinking about the task issued by the system that morning. Reinvigorate? How? He asked, but the system didn't give a clear hint. He analyzed himself that there were two things. One was the name, the other was the reality. The two were combined with each other, and neither could be omitted. The name of the pharmacist had to be resounded in the world again. Resounding was not enough. It had to be passed down. For example, Bodhidharma and Zhang Sanfeng. Their own cultivation was the best in the world. At the same time, they also established sects, Shaolin and Wudong, with a long history. Establishing sects? Wang Yao repeatedly muttered these words. After dinner in the evening, he went to Nanshan Hill early. "Old man, I found that Yao has something on his mind," Zhang Xiuying said to her husband. "Well, let him solve it by himself. Don't ask too much," Wang Fenghua said. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao thought about the task in the cottage. How to complete it, revive his prestige, and pass down his legacy. In fact, he had already started. Opening a clinic and walking the path of a famous doctor was prestige. Accepting apprentices and teaching medical skills were also legacy. These are the two paths in the future. In Dao, the wind was very strong. How is the development of the building? It's going well. I heard that you've contracted all the nearby mountains. Chapter 549. Yes, one of his apprentices came to us and mentioned it, Sun Yunsheng said to his father. He has an apprentice? Sun Jingrong was surprised. I mentioned him to you last time. He is a doctor in the local county hospital, Sun Yunsheng said. Oh, I remember now. Don't worry about the mountain. Just get it ready. But the building must be done well. I see, Sun Yunsheng said. How are Lin and Hao recovering? They're doing well. I have seen a doctor. They will be fully recovered in less than a month. That's good. He may still have some trouble, Sun Yunsheng said. I know. I have talked to the relevant departments. You have to make friends with him. If you can solve such problems for him in advance, do it. Don't wait until he comes to us and asks for help, Sun Jingrong said. In this way, he doesn't know what we have done. Sun Yunsheng was puzzled. He doesn't need to know. Think about it. If one day he finds out about it, what will he think? Sun Jingrong asked. We have to make friends with Mr. Wang and treat him as a real friend. I know, Dad. The father and son talked for a long time, mostly about the direction of the behemoth under their control. Their business had reached this stage. It seemed to be glorious, but they didn't know that it was difficult to move forward. A little carelessness could cause the huge family business to go down the drain. There were many such examples in China. As the saying goes, a tall tree attracts the wind. There were many people secretly eyeing their family business. One morning, an unexpected visitor came to the mountain village. It was a hale and hearty old man in his 70s. He was accompanied by a middle-aged man in his 40s. Mr. Sang, why are you here? Please come in. The visitor was Sang Guzi, Wang Yao's friend. Have some tea. Wang Yao made him a cup of tea he grew on the mountain. Thank you. Have you been busy recently? Sang Guzi asked. Not very busy. I was busy for a while before the spring festival, Wang Yao said with a smile. What about you? Me? I spent the new year in my hometown and was preparing to go on a trip. However, I got into trouble again. I couldn't solve it myself, so I came to ask for help, Sang Guzi said with a smile. Please speak. Who is this young man? Why does Elder Sang regard him so highly and treat him with such respect? The middle-aged man, standing to the side, wondered. Someone in his family had contracted a strange illness. His father and Sang Guzi had known each other for more than 20 years and could be considered as old friends. Therefore, he asked for help. Sang Guzi went to his father's house to take a look, but he said that there was nothing he could do. However, he knew someone who might be able to cure the illness and was willing to recommend him. Therefore, he came directly to this small mountain village and met this young man in front of him. He's so young. How capable can he be? This person had the same thought as most of the people who had met Wang Yao for the first time. Another old friend's son is seriously ill. I went to see him, but there was nothing I could do, so I came here to trouble you, Sang Guzi said. What kind of illness? He was poisoned. A strange poison that caused his entire body to rot, Sang Guzi said. Strange poison? Wang Yao said. Yes. Where is it? In Dali. Since you're here, I'll go and have a look, Wang Yao said. He had to give face to this old man. It will take 3 to 4 days. You can find someone to arrange the itinerary. We'll leave in the afternoon. I need to prepare some medicine. Okay, Sang Guzi said. Then I won't be a hindrance here, the old man said with a smile. No hurry. Please wait a moment. I've been here once, and it's getting late. I'll leave after dinner. Wang Yao called to order a meal. Do you mind if I take a look around? The old man asked. No problem. Do as you please, Wang Yao said with a smile. This was not the first time the old man had been here, but the last time he was here, the clinic was not like this. Some things had not been fully replenished. He went directly to the 7-star herb cabinet. Well, is this an antique? He reached out to touch it, and his eyes lit up. This kind of thing was nothing in the eyes of others, but in the eyes of people in the industry, it was a rare treasure. Yes, Wang Yao said. He opened the cabinet and looked at the herbs inside. He put it next to his nose and smelled it. Well, it's good herbs. He opened several medicine cabinets. Are all the herbs in here wild? Sang Guzi was a little surprised. They're all wild, Wang Yao said. Ah, it's rare, the old man sighed. I've been traveling all over the country, and this is the second clinic I've seen that uses wild herbs as medicine, the old man said. Oh, the second one? Where's the first one? Wang Yao asked curiously. In southern Yunnan, Sang Guzi said. There's an extremely bad-tempered old man there. Speaking of that person, Sang Guzi's expression was very strange. He was a little angry, but also a little admiring. He must be a famous medical expert, Wang Yao said. He is very famous in the southwest provinces. He is called the King Pharmacist of Miaojiang, Sang Guzi said. King Pharmacist? Wang Yao was surprised to hear this title. Anyone who could be called king was definitely one of the top existences in a certain field. I was not convinced at first, but after seeing him with my own eyes, I know he is extraordinary. He uses a secret medicine of Miaojiang, which is very magical. He has found some lost ancient prescriptions, Sang Guzi said. A few simple words let Wang Yao understand the extraordinariness of this king pharmacist. Sang Guzi, who is known as the sage of the apricot forest, praised the old man. The old man must be very capable. What's his name? Wu San. What? You didn't hear wrong, Sang Guzi said. He was a little surprised to hear this name for the first time. He is the third child in his family, so he was named that. After he became famous, he did not change it. Now, very few people call him by his name. They all call him the King Pharmacist. Yes, Wang Yao nodded. In terms of the magic of medicine, you are not inferior to him, Sang Guzi said. You flatter me, Wang Yao hurriedly said. The old man looked around. Wang Yao also prepared a few herbs. They were all common herbs, but they could also reduce heat. It was noon before they knew it. Wang Yao invited them to the village for lunch. He asked them to wait for a while. He went up Nanshan Hill to pick up several licorice roots, such as antidote grass, octagonal tree, ling shanji, everlasting grass, and other licorice roots. He reactivated the battle array and told his family, "You're going away? Why are you in such a hurry?" Wang Yao asked, "Yes, I have something urgent to do. I will be back in 3 days. I have arranged everything on the mountain. You and my father just need to make sure there is no fire. Don't worry about anything else." He told his parents about the battle array and the Zianculo on the mountain. He did not want them to have any problems when they went up without knowing. He also asked them to drink some water boiled from the stems and leaves of the Zianculo every few days so that they could resist the hallucinations caused by the flowers. Don't worry, we know. They arrived in Dao in the afternoon. They took a plane from Dao to Dali. It was late at night when they arrived in Dali. There was a car waiting for them. The car drove them to the accommodation that had been arranged. "Is this your first time in Dali?" "Yes, it is my first time here," Wang Yao said. "Oh, I will show Dr. Wang around tomorrow," the middle-aged man named Han Jiyu said. Okay. After they checked in, they had a meal in the hotel the next day. Then, they went to the patient's home. In the quaint courtyard, they were welcomed by an elegant man in his 40s. Doctor sang, "Is this Dr. Wang?" "Hello." After they entered the house, they exchanged some pleasantries. Then, they went to the patient's room. Before they entered, they smelled a stench. It was as if a piece of meat had been left to rot for months. After entering the room, they saw a person lying on the bed. His body was wrapped in gauze. There was a calming incense burning in the room. The patient's body was slightly undulating. His breathing was weak. Wang Yao went closer to take a closer look. The patient was in a coma or in a coma. He put his hand on it. The pulse was weak. It was like a drop of water dripping from a house. This was the sign of a dead pulse. The patient was poisoned. It had already entered his internal organs. This situation is very similar to Su Xiaoshui's condition, Wang Yao thought. After seeing the patient, they came out of the room. "How is he?" Sang Guzi asked. "The disease has entered his internal organs. His life is in danger," Wang Yao said. Chapter 550. "Dr. Wang, do you have any ideas?" the man asked. "I'll try my best," Wang Yao said. "Prepare a quiet room for me," Wang Yao said. "Okay, I'll arrange it right away. Here are the herbs I need and the tools for decocting medicine. Get them ready as soon as possible." Wang Yao made a list. "Remember, I want wild herbs." "No problem." They quickly arranged a place for Wang Yao, and the herbs were delivered. "Outsiders have to stay away when decocting medicine," Sang Guzi said to the Han family. "Oh, I'm sorry, young friend. I'll also leave first," Sang Guzi said after the Han family left. "Sang Guzi, there's something I don't understand. Since this is Miaojiang, why don't you invite the king pharmacist?" Wang Yao asked curiously. "The king pharmacist has a short temper," Sang Guzi said. "His treatment depends on his mood. If he's in a good mood on the day you visit him, everything will be fine. If he's in a bad mood, even the king pharmacist won't be able to help him." Coincidentally, he was in a bad mood on the day the Han family visited him. "Is that possible?" Wang Yao was stunned. "Old people tend to be childish when they get older," Sang Guzi said. "Sometimes, I don't want to see patients when I'm in a bad mood. Okay, I'll leave now. Take care, elder." After seeing Sang Guzi off, Wang Yao began decocting the medicine. The first decoction was to use glossy Ganoderma and antidote grass, which had the simple function of detoxification. The second decoction was to use ginseng, angelica, licorice, and other herbs to consolidate the corporeity. He also added a leaf of frostgrass. Because these things were already warm, and the patient was suffering from a strange poison, the poisonous heat was extremely strong. If they were to use warm things at this time, it would be like adding oil to the fire. This leaf of cold frost grass could neutralize the efficacy of the warm medicine and also offset a part of the poisonous heat. The third medicinal ingredient was red quartz, huangdan powder, licorice, fritillary, dragon bone, everlasting grass, lingshanji, and guyuan. These medicinal ingredients were used to make muscle revitalization powder. The general treatment plan was the same as Su Xiaoshui's. It was precisely because of Su Xiaoshui's successful proposal that he was more confident in treating this patient. The fragrance of herbs soon filled the small courtyard. The water was not as good, and so was the medicinal pot. However, the climate here was not bad. It was warm and fresh, unlike the muddy air in the capital. In the afternoon, Wang Yao had only finished the first 2 decoctions. Dr. Wang. It was almost evening, and someone was knocking on the door. Please come in. It was Han Jiyu who had brought him here. Dinner is ready. Would you like to take a rest? Sure, Wang Yao said. The third decoction would be brewed at night. Let's go to the patient first. All right. They went to the patient's side first. Sanguzi was also there. Wang Yao took out the first dose of medicine. This is the first decoction to detoxify the poison. Thank you, Han Xing, the eldest of the Han family, hurriedly said. Don't worry. This decoction costs 50,000 yuan, Wang Yao said. A few pieces of Ganoderma lucidum and 3-leaf detoxification grass. It was very simple, but it was definitely effective. Okay. The Han family members were stunned for a moment before they agreed. However, they definitely had their own opinions in their hearts. Their evaluation of Wang Yao had also lowered by a level. You can use the medicine now. According to Wang Yao's instructions, the patient took the medicine according to the dosage. After that, Wang Yao stayed by the bedside for half an hour. After checking the patient's pulse, he got up and went out to eat. After he left, the Han family members asked, "Who is that?" Mr. Sang invited him. He is so young. What kind of medicine is that? 50,000 yuan per decoction. Even a medicine of the king pharmacist is not that expensive. Is he here to scam us? No, he was introduced by Mr. Sang. I think he has some skills. The Han family members ordered a sumptuous dinner in an old local restaurant to welcome Sanguzi and Wang Yao. They were very polite. Their words sounded good, but half of it was flattery. Wang Yao did not like such occasions. After the meal, Sanguzi went to Wang Yao's small courtyard to sit. You don't like such occasions? I don't like it very much. I don't like it either, but sometimes there is no other way, Sanguzi said with a smile. My medicine is very expensive. I have already told the Han family about this, Sanguzi said. Sanguzi said he knew this because he already knew about it when he was treating Zhou Wui. The medicine was expensive, but it was definitely valuable. In the Han family's living room, the Han family was sitting around. Is the person invited by Mr. Sang capable? He is full of praise for that young man. His medicine is not cheap. Before he came, Mr. Sang said that his medicine is very expensive and one of his decoctions costs 1,000,000 yuan, Han Xing said. As long as he can cure Lao Si's illness, we will pay however much it costs. Yes. At night, in the small courtyard, Wang Yao began to decoct the third decoction, the muscle revitalization powder. Because he did not have the help of the multifunctional pot for herbs, he was very careful when decocting. According to the changes in the color, taste, and viscosity of the decoction in the pot, he added firewood from time to time and controlled the fire. The intervals between adding the various herbs were also relatively slow. Finally, the decoction was successfully decocted. It was as thick as honey and as green as jade. Early the next morning, Sanguzi came first. Well, the pulse is starting to get better, he said after checking the pulse. Good. The Han family members in the room heard him and said, Hasn't he come yet? I have arranged for someone to invite him, and he should be here soon, Han Jiyu said. Not long after, Wang Yao came and checked the pulse. Continue to take the decoction. I have another decoction here. He took out the second decoction, which could strengthen the corporeity. The price is 20,000 yuan. Take it together. Okay. The two decoctions were taken one after the other. Wang Yao waited at the bedside for half an hour. Then, he took the pulse again. After another half an hour, he took the pulse again. He did this for 2 hours before he got up. How is it? It is getting better. That's good, that's good. I have something to ask you. Shall we talk outside? Okay. They came out and went to the living room. Immediately, someone served tea. How did he get this strange poison? Wang Yao was very curious about this matter. After the examination, he could basically confirm that the poison in Su Xiaoshua's body was very similar to the poison in Su Xiaoshua's body. When he was in Jing City, he had asked the Su family how Su Xiaoshua got the strange disease. In the end, the Su family had no idea. Well, we really don't know, the Han family members said. Fourth brother felt uncomfortable not long after returning from a trip, Han Xing said. At first, he had a fever. Later, he vomited and had diarrhea. His body became thin. He went to the hospital for a checkup and found that there were abnormalities in his urine. It was very serious. He was treated, but there was no effect. Instead, his body became worse and worse. We have been to Jing and Hu City, Han Xing said, but there was no effect. We went to see the king pharmacist, but he was in a bad mood and refused to let us in. Fortunately, Mr. Sang was considerate and invited Dr. Wang. You don't know the cause of the disease? Wang Yao rubbed his forehead. What's wrong, young friend? This poison is definitely not from his body. It is from an external source. Well, when fourth brother wakes up, I will ask him, Han Xing said. Okay. At noon, Wang Yao declined the Han family's invitation. Instead, he went to an old restaurant in the city with Mr. Sang. They ordered a few dishes and a pot of sake. The old man and the young man raised their glasses and drank. I have seen this disease before, Wang Yao said. Oh, Sang Guzi was very surprised. In Jing, the girl's symptoms were 70% to 80% similar to his. Is it also this kind of poison? Most likely. One was in Dali, and the other was in Jing. One was in the south, and the other was in the north. There seemed to be no connection between them. While I go north to Jing in a few days, I have to ask the Su family about this matter, Wang Yao thought. How is the girl now? She has recovered. Oh, Sang Guzi's eyes lit up. Mr. Sang, it is better not to tell the Han family about this. I understand. The two of them chatted for a long time. Wang Yao saw that the old man was a little tired. He had the habit of taking a lunch break. Okay, I am full. How about you? I am full, the old man said. Shall we leave? Okay. Chapter 551. The old man and the young man walked back to their residence and rested separately. At about 3 p.m., Wang Yao went to the Han family's house again. The patient on the bed had woken up. His eyes could move, but he could not speak. He could feel his pulse, but it was still weak. In other words, he was still in danger. He's getting better, but he's still in danger, Wang Yao said. I brought the third decoction today. The family was refreshed. They had seen the effect of the first 2 decoctions. At least the patient had woken up. In addition to Wang Yao and Sang Guzi, they had also secretly invited a famous doctor in southern Yunnan to take a look at the patient. He had confirmed that the patient's condition was getting better. It was easy to doubt the words of one person. What if there were 2 or 3 people? So they believed him. The third decoction is very expensive. How much? Han Xing asked. 1 decoction for 1 million yuan. How much? Han Xing was expressionless, but he was very surprised. However, the Han family next to him was shocked. Isn't this too expensive? Wang Yao looked at them calmly. After a moment of silence, Han Xing said, We'll use this decoction. Okay, untie the gauze on his arm and get some cold water. Also, get a small spray bottle. Okay, these were all simple household items. Soon, they were ready. Wang Yao took out the decocted muscle revitalization powder and poured out a little. He diluted it with water and poured it into the small spray bottle. After the gauze was untied, the rotten skin was exposed. It was purplish black. The skin was completely rotten, and so was the flesh inside. It looked like the earth had been ravaged by lava. It was a ghastly sight. Wang Yao gently sprayed the diluted muscle revitalization powder on the patient's arm. He repeated it several times. "This gauze needs to be changed," Wang Yao said after the treatment. "Okay." After letting the wound dry for a while, he used a clean gauze to wrap the wound. "I'll come again tomorrow to see the effect. You can take the decoction as usual." "Okay, Dr. Wang." Facts were the most persuasive. They had gradually become convinced from their initial doubts. All right. That night, the Han family still wanted to invite Wang Yao to a banquet, but he declined. In such an occasion, he felt uncomfortable. He would rather have a few dishes and a glass of wine with Sanguzi. After leaving the Han residence, it was still early, so he strolled around Dali. This was a famous tourist attraction with many tourists coming and going. Because he had never been here before, Wang Yao wandered around leisurely. He didn't go to those famous classics and just went wherever he went. At a relatively high place, he saw a stretch of clear water. That was the famous Arai Lake. "Go and take a look." He walked quickly and arrived at the side of the clear water when the sky was about to darken. What a good place. We saw some small restaurants by the lake. He felt that dinner was in order. He gave Sanguzi a call and asked him to come over. After waiting for a while, the old man arrived. "Yo, so fast." "I'm nearby," Elder Sang said with a smile. "Shall we have a drink tonight?" "Sure," Sanguzi said with a smile. It was a small restaurant with a few special dishes and a pot of wine. The two of them were enjoying the light breeze. It was very comfortable. The sun set and the moon rose. The sky gradually darkened, but the Arai Lake was still lively. Wang Yao drank while watching the passers-by. "The people here have a good attitude," Wang Yao said. He had been observing for the whole afternoon. The pace of life here was slow. Most of the people's faces were peaceful and cheerful. It was completely different from the busy atmosphere in Jing. "Well, the air here is good. It's like spring all year round. It's suitable for retirement," Sanguzi said. "You like it here too?" "Yes," Sanguzi said. "It's just that there have been more tourists in recent years. It's not as quiet as before." "Yes." The old man and the young man chatted and drank until 9 p.m. They paid the bill and left. "If there are no accidents, I'll go back tomorrow. I'll leave the medicine here," Wang Yao said on the way back. "His illness can't be cured in a short time." "Okay," Sanguzi said. He had heard Wang Yao mention this before. It was another night when they returned to the small courtyard. The next morning, Wang Yao woke up early. He had something to eat and walked around the neighborhood. He went to the Han family's house. "Use the medicine," he said after checking the patient's pulse. "Okay." The Han family members immediately gave the patient the medicine. After taking the medicine for 2 hours, Wang Yao checked the patient's pulse 4 times. "Remove the gauze." The gauze was carefully removed. The hand that had been treated the day before was still hideous. However, upon closer inspection, the rotten tissue had scabbed and fallen off. The black color had weakened a lot. "It works." There was no doubt that the medicine was useful. "Use the same treatment as yesterday. This time you guys do it," Wang Yao said calmly. "Okay, I'll do it," Han Jiu said. Among the 4 brothers, he had the closest relationship with Lao Si. "Don't rush. Take it slow." Wang Yao did not do it. He just gave a few instructions. "That's all for today. The treatment ends here. You guys keep the medicine and take it according to the treatment method," Wang Yao said. "Ah, you're going back today?" They were surprised to hear Wang Yao's words. They had just seen the effect, and he was going back. "Dr. Wang, is there anything urgent?" "Nothing." "Ah, when we came, we said 3 days. It's 3 days." "Okay, I'll arrange it right away." Han Xing finally made the decision and stood his ground. "But, brother." "Okay, you can all go back," Han Xing ordered. The people in the room left. "I hope you don't mind. They mean well. I'll arrange the itinerary immediately." "It's fine. The medicine can't be given to outsiders," Wang Yao said calmly. "Of course," Han Xing hurriedly said. At noon, the Han family prepared a farewell banquet for him, but he refused. It was still an ordinary hotel by the Arai Lake. There were few dishes and a bottle of wine. The old man and the young man drank happily. "You're leaving this afternoon?" "Yes," The flight is this afternoon. I'll stay here for 2 more days, Sanguzi said. This is a good place. It's suitable for 2 more days. Wang Yao smiled. Did you give the medicine to them? Yes. Sanguzi nodded. In the afternoon, the Han family and Sanguzi all went to the airport to see Wang Yao off. Thank you, Dr. Wang. You're welcome. Goodbye, Dr. Sang. Goodbye. Thank you for this. You're welcome, Wang Yao said. He boarded the plane. Xiao Han, come here. Sanguzi called Han Xing to the side. Dr. Sang, what's the matter? Han Xing asked respectfully. Wang Yao left the medicine. Yes. Don't give the medicine to anyone. Take care of it yourself, Sanguzi said. Yes. Han Xing raised his head and looked at Sanguzi. He didn't know why Sanguzi only told him to do this. Do you think it's not important? Sanguzi asked. Well, since you've told me, I'll do it. You're mature and prudent. You've learned from your father. Don't worry. A doctor can save people, hurt people, and kill people, Sanguzi said calmly. Han Xing was stunned. He immediately understood what Sanguzi meant. I'll be careful, Han Xing said solemnly. He no longer looked down on Sanguzi. Okay. Sanguzi nodded. After seeing Wang Yao off, Han Xing and Sanguzi parted ways. The Han family also went back. This doctor is young, but he has a bad temper. He can't even stay for 1 more day. Are these people crazy? A young man from the Han family said. Also, his medicine is too expensive. What kind of medicine is worth 1 million? Am I right, uncle? That's enough. Shut up, Han Xing said. No one is allowed to tell anyone about this. Otherwise, I'll break your legs, Han Xing said sternly. Seeing that their uncle, who is usually very kind, was angry, the people present were so scared that they didn't dare to make a sound. That's enough. Let's go. The young people left, but Han Xing and his brother stayed. Brother, why? Han Jiu asked, puzzled. You have to keep your promise. But no one is watching. What do you want to do? Han Xing looked at his brother. Chapter 552. I heard that the king pharmacist has a special rule. If someone can provide him with special medicine, he will agree to 1 request within his power, Han Xing said. So, Han Xing asked, can we take these 3 medicines to the king pharmacist and ask him to help treat 4th brother's illness? Han Xing stared at his 3rd brother and did not speak for a long time. Big brother? Han Xing called out softly when he saw Han Xing in a daze. We don't have to deal with Dr. Wang in the future. We have the king pharmacist. Why do we need to rely on him? Han Xing asked. We don't have to deal with Dr. Sang anymore. Well, although Dr. Sang's medical skills are superb, he is not as good as the king pharmacist, Han Xing said. In the Miaojiang area, the king pharmacist's reputation was deeply rooted in people's hearts. He was almost omnipotent. Very good. Han Xing nodded and stared at his 3rd brother. Have you thought about it? What if the king pharmacist can't cure 4th brother's illness? How is that possible? Han Xing asked. Wang Yao is so young. How can he be better than the king pharmacist? Yes, big brother. No matter how good he is, he can't be better than the king pharmacist, Han Jiu said. I don't agree with this matter, Han Xing said. In all these years, the Han family has never done anything treacherous, Han Jiu said. Also, you 2 go and find out the king pharmacist's rules. This king pharmacist's rules are very strange. After saying that, he turned and went into the room, ignoring his 2 brothers who were in a daze. Big brother, what do you mean? Can't you see what I mean? He just doesn't agree, Han Jiu said. I think this matter is feasible. Big brother is good, but sometimes he is too stubborn. What do you think, 2nd brother? Yes. Han Jiu nodded. He was leaning towards his 3rd brother's idea. Well, you go and find out more about the king pharmacist's rules. Let's discuss it again. Okay. It's not that we don't follow the rules and don't keep our promises, but that young man is not reassuring, Han Xing said. Besides, who would know if we don't talk about it? Wang Yao and Sanguzi aren't here, are they? That's enough, Han Jiu said. Keep it between us. Don't talk about it. Wang Yao took a direct flight to Dao City. When he arrived, it was already nighttime. The Han family had already booked the best hotel in Dao City for him. Nothing happened that night. The next morning, A car came to pick him up and sent him directly back to Lianshan County. In the mountain village, a few patients were waiting outside. Out? When will he be back? That's hard to say. Hey, isn't he from this village? Why don't we go to his house and ask? No, we definitely can't go to his house. He's annoyed by this. Another person said, I've heard about it from others. Besides, are you illiterate? Didn't you see what was written on the sign? Then what should we do? Just wait like this and come all the way here. Let's wait for another hour. If they don't come, we'll go back and come back another day. An hour later, there was still no sign of anyone. Let's go back. How can you do business like this? A middle-aged man muttered with dissatisfaction. Well, don't complain. It's my fault. I brought you here, another man said. It was normal to say that he was dissatisfied. After all, he drove there but was not at home. It was a waste of time. Less than half an hour after they left, Wang Yao returned home. Dad, Mom, I'm back. He went home and greeted his family. Zhang Xiaoying was busy preparing lunch at home. Have you eaten? Not yet. Drink some water and have a rest. It'll be ready soon. After her son came back, Zhang Xiaoying cooked 2 more dishes. Lunch was ready not long after. Time to eat. Where's Dad? Someone treated him to lunch. He went out to eat. It's just the 2 of us at noon, Zhang Xiaoying said. Did it go well in Dali? It went well, Wang Yao said. Has the patient been cured? No, it won't be so fast. It will take some time. No one came to our house these days, right? No, it's good on the hill. That's good, Wang Yao said. After lunch, Wang Yao went straight to Nanshan Hill. San Xian went down the hill to pick him up. He was wagging his tail happily. San Xian, you've gained weight again? Woof, woof. Ha. Is everything okay on the hill? Woof. Wang Yao heard something unusual from San Xian's barking. He quickened his pace and went up the hill. Yes, what's the matter? Is this what you mean by something? When he hurriedly followed San Xian to the hill and came to the cottage, he didn't know when a small rabbit with soft fur was squatting there. It was still very small. It was nestled in San Xian's kennel. Where did you find it? San Xian barked twice at the back of the hill. Why? Do you want to eat braised milk rabbit? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Hey, what do you mean by that look? You don't want me to raise it, do you? Wang Yao asked in surprise. Woof. Wow, you are so caring. Wang Yao smiled and touched San Xian's head. This is the xia, you know? San Xian didn't eat the rabbit, but the goshawk was born to eat this kind of animal. Well, why go down the hill later? I'll take it home and raise it. You can't raise rabbits here. Wang Yao said. This is a herbivore. If you raise it here, it may eat the herbs in the herbal field one day. Ow! He put the rabbit aside first. Wang Yao walked around the herbal field and then went up to Nanshan Hill. Huh! When he went up to the top of the hill, he found that on the south side of the hill, near the foot of the hill, there were signs of trees being cut down. So he went down the hill along the steep mountain road. Sure enough, there were a few missing trees at the foot of the hill. There were a few jujube trees. They were a few years old and looked like they had just been cut down not long ago. The south side of Nanshan Hill was very steep, forming an irregular arc. There was a territory in the distance. Few people came here on weekdays because it was too remote. Wang Yao had been on the hill for a few years. Even the people who often came to the hill to graze sheep rarely came here because the hill was too steep. Once, someone couldn't help but roll down here and break a leg. By chance, a villager? Wang Yao thought. According to the original contract, this was also within the scope of his contract. If I can come here, I can go to the north side of the hill. He was a little worried. San Xian, he shouted at the herbal field at the foot of the hill. His voice flew up the hill and then down. After a while, the dog, which was the size of a calf, ran quickly from the top of the hill. It was a few meters away with a leap. From afar, it really looked like a lion. Has anyone been here recently? After listening, the dog sniffed carefully, woof, and barked. From which direction? The dog sniffed in front and led the way. Wang Yao followed behind. This time, there was no road on the hill. There used to be a few winding paths, but in recent years, because no one went up the hill, the paths were abandoned. Wang Yao really didn't understand why someone would come here. Was it just to find jujube trees? The dog stopped under a rock not far away. There were some traces on the ground. This is a beehive? Wang Yao looked up at the rock. At a height of about 5 or 6 meters, he could clearly see the remnants of a beehive. He then turned to look in the direction of the jujube trees. It was easier to see. Came to dig the beehive, found jujube trees by accident, and then cut them down. Go on, San Xian. The dog continued to lead the way. They went up the hill and unknowingly arrived at Shishan Hill. Then they continued to go north. After walking for more than an hour, they finally turned into Wang Yao's village. The dog stopped at a house at the foot of Shishan Hill. From the same village? Wang Yao was stunned. Yao. At this moment, someone passed by and greeted the dog. The way he looked at the dog was different. Is this a F** king dog? Why does it look like a lion? Uncle, in this house. Woof. The dog barked. That's good. Let's go back. Wang Yao turned and left. Creak. At this time, the iron door suddenly opened. A man in his 40s came out of the house. He had a stubble. Yao, what's the matter? Uncle. The man was considered his elder. Chapter 553. Oh, what a big dog. As soon as he saw the dog standing next to Wang Yao, the man was scared and took a few steps back. The dog was like a lion. It had the smell of a wild animal. It was really scary. Well, Wang Yao saw the thing in the man's hand. It was a beehive. It seemed to have been soaked in water. The man's arm was red and swollen. It was a trace of being stung by a bee. Beehive? Now, Wang Yao could be sure that it was the man behind Nanshan Hill. Yes, I took it from the ravine on Nanshan Hill, the man said. Why did you take it out? Do you want to drink honey? Wang Yao said. No, I heard that boiling water can cure rhinitis, the man said. I'm prone to rhinitis at the beginning of spring, so I took it out when I saw it. Fortunately, it was at this time. Otherwise, I would have suffered. Well, the beehive has this function, Wang Yao said. The beehive could attack and kill poisonous insects, dispel wind, and relieve pain. It could also be boiled with pollen and taken. It had the effect of curing rhinitis. It's just that the effect of the beehive at this time is a little weak. As long as it can be used, the man said. Goodbye, Uncle, Wang Yao said. Okay, the man said. Yao, there's one more thing. He suddenly remembered something and stopped Wang Yao. What is it? Be careful when you're on the mountain. There's a big snake on the mountain. The man said. Big snake? Yes, it is black. It is at least 30 feet long and this thick. The middle-aged man gestured. Xiaohei. Wang Yao immediately understood. The snake the man was talking about was Xiaohei on the mountain. He hadn't seen it for a while. It seemed to have grown a lot. At this time, the snake should be hibernating. Are you mistaken? I can't be wrong, the man said. If it wasn't to avoid it, I wouldn't have been able to enter the ravine. The day before yesterday, he wanted to go up the mountain to pick up some firewood, but he didn't find much. Instead, he saw a big snake. Most people were afraid of snakes, not to mention such a big one. He almost instinctively turned and ran, but ended up running into a ravine. He saw a few old jujube trees. Nowadays, some people like to make wood carvings, and jujube trees were one of the more valuable woods they could find here. So he broke them and carried them on his back. Then, he found a hive on a rock and hurriedly poked it. Fortunately, the bumblebees were still hibernating at this time. This could be considered a blessing in disguise. He went up the mountain and met a big snake. Then, he went into the ravine, got 2 good logs, and dug out an earth beehive. Of course, he couldn't tell Wang Yao about this. After a few things happened in the village last year, the village's view of this young man had changed greatly. One of them was that this young man was absolutely not to be trifled with. I know. I'll be careful. The matter was confirmed. It was just an accident, so he was relieved. However, it also gave him a wake-up call. It was already spring. Soon, it would be time for the flowers to bloom. More people went to the mountain. It was inevitable that some people would wander around the herbal field on the mountain. Snake? Wang Yao felt that this was a place that could be used. San Xian, where's Xiaohei? Woof, woof. San Xian led the way in front. They stopped outside a stone cave in the shade on the south side of Nanshan Hill. The cave was quite deep. Looking inside, it was dark. Woof, woof. San Xian barked twice. After a while, he heard a rustling sound. A black snake as thick as a wrist swam out of the cave. It looked up at them and stuck out its tongue. "You've grown so big." Wang Yao smiled and reached out to pat the snake's head. The snake didn't avoid him. It was quite intelligent. "I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying," Wang Yao said. "When you're free, go to the north side of the mountain and wander around." Wang Yao pointed to the other side of the mountain. "Let's go. Come with me." The black snake followed him and the dog to the other side of the mountain. The closer it was to the herbal field, the warmer it was like spring. "I'll visit these places often," Wang Yao said with a smile as he walked. He focused on the few sheep farm paths on the mountain. The mountain rocks on Nanshan Hill were quite steep and crisscrossed, so it was very difficult to farm. However, many people liked to graze cattle and sheep on the mountain. Last year, Wang Yao planted trees and moved the rocks. He blocked all the paths that were easy to get close to the herbal field 100 meters away from the herbal field. As spring came, he planned to plant some trees on Nanshan Hill to protect the herbal field. He didn't know if the black snake could understand him. He just talked as he walked. "Well, it's almost time. Let's go to the herbal field today," Wang Yao said with a smile. A man, a dog, and a snake went into the herbal field. Goshawk was nowhere to be seen. At this time, the sky had gradually darkened. "Xiao Hei, if you like, you can live here in the future," Wang Yao said. The black snake didn't say anything. It just stuck out its tongue. "I'm leaving." Wang Yao looked at the time and went down the mountain. "Dad, you're back." When he was in Tianjin, he saw Wang Fenghua pick up a rubber tree in the yard. "Yes. Where did the rabbit come from?" he asked when he saw the little rabbit in Wang Yao's arms. "I don't know where Sanxian got it. Keep it at home. Don't eat the herbs I planted on the mountain." "Okay." The father and son chatted for a while. The dishes were served. "Your sister's engagement date is set. It's the 26th of January. "Okay, I know." Wang Yao wrote down the date. The father and son chatted for a while. Dinner was ready. Wang Yao helped to pick up the dishes. "In 2 days, I'm going to Beijing," Wang Yao said. This was the matter he had promised the Wu family and the Su family. "Go." "Don't worry about the things on the mountain," Wang Fenghua said. "Okay." Thousands of miles away in Dali, the Han family's second and third brothers gathered together. "Second brother, it can't be wrong. I asked the disciple of the king pharmacist, Han Jigao said. We have to discuss this matter with our eldest brother. What if our eldest brother doesn't agree?" Han Jigao asked. "Then we'll steal some of it," Han Jiu said. As long as the medicine was still there, it could save the fourth brother's life. It didn't matter if they took some of it. It was a good opportunity to give it to the king pharmacist of Miaojiang to treat the fourth brother's injury. The two of them went to talk to their eldest brother. The result was as expected. Their eldest brother didn't agree. "What should we do?" Han Jiu asked. "Since our eldest brother doesn't agree, we don't need to communicate with him. We'll do it ourselves," Han Jiu said. "Okay, I agree. Let's save the fourth brother first." The matter was settled between the two brothers. Thousands of miles away in a mountain village, it was dark. Wang Yao came down from the mountain. While he was eating, his phone rang. It was Wu Tongxing. "Hello, Mr. Wu." Wu Tongxing called to ask when he would go to Jing. "I'll go to Jing within 3 days," Wang Yao said. Good. Wu Tongxing was very happy. In a mountain village, Wang Zuqing's home, giggle, the child giggled happily. Wang Yilong was also very happy. His little grandson had been back for 3 days. He had been sticking to him every day. Although he felt tired, he was very happy. "Well, how you in? Your grandpa has played with you for a day. It's time to rest." "No, I still want to play with Grandpa," the child said. He was still naive and intelligent. He could clearly sense who liked him. "It's okay. I'm not that tired. I'll play with him for a while," the old man said. "Okay." It was getting late. The child had played for a day. He was tired. He fell asleep as soon as he lay on the bed. "Is our father's medicine almost finished?" "Yes, he has finished it. Look at the effect." "I'll ask for 2 more doses tomorrow," Wang Ziqing said. "But it's too expensive," his wife said. "I'll ask him again tomorrow." It was night. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao prepared a lot of herbs. Astragalus, Cotinopsis palacula, bone-penetrating grass, glossy Ganoderma, white peony, pear grass, Sijan, Changyang, Guyuan, This medicine was specially prepared to treat Wu Tongxing's disease. In fact, he could also use this medicine on Wang Yilong, who was in the same village, to treat malignant tumors. In addition, he had to prepare another medicine, Cotinopsis palacula, Schisandra, Poria, white peony. This was to treat Chun Ying's brother's strange mental illness. If I go to the capital again, I'll try my best not to go there, he thought. Chapter 554. The next morning, as soon as the sun rose, the firewood in the cottage was burning. The spring water and multifunctional pot for herbs are different, Wang Yao said. If he had been in Dali a few years ago, he would have decocted the decoctions under such conditions. It would have been much easier, and the efficacy would have been better. The crackling sound of the firewood burning came from the cottage in the mountain. The smell of medicine gradually drifted out of the cottage. Chinese herbs were added one by one. The color of the decoction gradually changed, and the taste was also changing. A cup of green tea was staring at the pot on the flame. Time passed quietly in the burning of the fire. At the foot of the mountain, outside the clinic. Why hasn't he come back yet? In the morning, Wang Ziqing had come twice. If he had not been from the same village and knew Wang Yao's temper, he would have gone directly to his home. The decoction is expensive, but why does he have no sense of time? He muttered as he returned home. Did you buy the decoction? His wife asked. No, he is not in the clinic, Wang Ziqing said. You have been there twice. Why don't you go again in the afternoon? Well, okay, Wang Ziqing said. In the herbal field on the mountain, Wang Yao put the first decoction that had been decocted into a white porcelain bottle prepared in advance. He then cleaned up and went down the mountain. The remaining decoction to calm the nerves and calm the soul would be decocted in the evening, so he went to the clinic after lunch. Not long after he sat down, he heard a knock on the door outside. Then someone pushed the door and came in. It was Wang Ziqing. What's the matter? Wang Yao asked. Well, my father's decoction is finished. When can you make another one? Wang Ziqing asked. Oh, I'm sorry, Wang Yao said. He forgot about it. I'll decoction in the afternoon and send it to you in the evening, Wang Ziqing said. Send it to my house. Wang Ziqing was stunned. Yes, give it to Uncle Elon, by the way, Wang Yao said. Okay, well, there is something you need to pay attention to, Wang Ziqing said. What is it? Don't mention how much the medicine costs in front of my family, Wang Ziqing said. I told my dad that the medicine costs about 100 yuan. If he knew that a dose of medicine costs so much money, I don't think he would use it. You're quite meticulous. All right, I'll remember that. Oh, okay, this is the deposit. Wang Ziqing put down the 5,000 yuan first, then turned and left the clinic. Hey, why did I forget to bargain? He only remembered that he had forgotten the other purpose of his visit when he was out of the door. For some reason, he felt a little nervous when he saw Wang Yao. Really, let's talk about it next time. His heart ached for the money, but his heart ached even more for his father. It seems that his mentality has completely changed, Wang Yao said. Well, let's decoct another dose of medicine. However, he did not go up the mountain this time. Instead, he decocted directly in the clinic. Except for Bajiatong, the rest of the herbs used were ordinary herbs. However, Wang Yao's herbs were not ordinary because most of them were on Nanshan Hill. In the herbal field, they were nourished by the aura between heaven and earth gathered by the spirit gathering battle array day and night. The efficacy of the herbs was many times stronger than those planted artificially. It was also much stronger than those wild herbs in the deep mountains and forests. Thousands of miles away in Dali, Han Jigao carefully came out of the house with sweat on his head. How was it? Han Jiyu, who was waiting outside, asked. I stole it, Han Jigao whispered. That day, while their brother was not paying attention, they stole a little bit of each of the 3 herbs left by Wang Yao. Looking at the little bit of medicine in the small plastic bag, Han Jiyu asked, Is that all? I'm afraid that if we give too much, our brother will find out and suspect us. Okay, just a little bit, Han Jiyu said. Are you going to find the king pharmacist? Okay, I'll go, Han Jigao said. I'll leave right away. Okay, wait a minute, Han Jiyu said. These herbs should be stored in ice so that they won't change. Otherwise, The loss will outweigh the gain. Okay, I know, Han Zhigao said. I'll go first. Drive safe, Han Jiu said. Han Zhigao took the 3 herbs stolen from his home and drove away from Dali. In the Han family, Han Xing looked at the place where the herbs were stored and stood there quietly. After a long time, he sighed. The herbs were put there by him. How could he not see that they had been tampered with? I hope it works. Now that things had come to this point, what else could he say to his own brother? On the other side, Han Zhigao drove very fast. Near evening, he arrived at an unknown town in southern Yunnan. The road was rugged and very difficult to drive. Damn it, what's wrong with him? He doesn't want to live in a good city. Why does he have to live in such a remote mountain village? He whispered as he drove. Even after becoming famous, the king pharmacist of Miaojiang still lived in his own village and rarely went out to see patients. This habit had been maintained for decades. Many people in Miaojiang wanted to invite him to see patients, but very few people could ask him to go out. Because he came late, several hotels in the village were full. He could only spend the night in the car. Yes, there were 3 hotels in this small mountain village, but they were usually full because people from several provinces in Miaojiang came every day to ask the king of medicine for treatment. When there were so many people, they naturally had to wait for a number. When Han Zhigao came last time, he heard from a villager that the longest person had waited here for more than 2 months. This was what he knew. When he finally got a number, the king of medicine was in a bad mood, so he had to wait. When the king of medicine was in a good mood, he didn't know why he went out again, so he had to wait. It was okay to wait, but he could let go of this opportunity and continue to wait. It was a bit like waiting in line at a bank. The number expired and became invalid. It's really hard, Han Zhigao said. In fact, there were more like him. Looking around, there were at least 50 to 60 cars parked in the village. The night gradually fell. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao was brewing the 3rd decoction of the day. The decoction for Chun Ying's brother could calm the nerves and calm the soul. He brewed it at night because it was quiet at night and calmed the nerves. The lights in the hut were not extinguished until late at night. In the morning, the sun rose as usual. The villagers in the jungle began to get busy. The people in the village were very grateful to the king of medicine of Miaojiang because they did not accept a single cent from the people in the village who came to see them. Moreover, because they were in the village, many people came to see the doctor, which brought them a lot of economic income. It was much easier than farming and picking herbs in the mountains. After staying in the car for a night, Han Zhigao, who was sore all over, carefully took the box containing the 3 small decoctions. He held it in his arms, locked the car, and went to the corner of the village. There was a shabby old bamboo building outside. It was a 2-story bamboo building. There was a small yard outside. The fence was only as tall as a person. One could jump into the yard. There were 7 or 8 people waiting outside. They were very quiet and self-conscious. They were waiting in line. Everyone had a bamboo plate in their hands with a number engraved on it. I hope the king pharmacist will be in a good mood today, someone whispered. Yes, I have been waiting here for 5 days, another person said. They waited until 9 a.m. The door of the bamboo building opened. A man in his 30s walked out. He was of medium height and thin. His cheeks were thin and long. He looked very energetic. Today, 6 people come in order. The man's voice was not loud. I'll just leave one. Someone on the ground murmured after hearing that. You should be content. He hasn't seen anyone for several days. After that, the man turned around and was about to enter the bamboo building. Please wait. A voice came from behind. Everyone's eyes were focused on Han Zhigao. He didn't have a special number. If he waited in line according to the rules, it would take at least 10 days. I want to see the king pharmacist alone, Wang Yao said. Do you know what you're talking about? The middle-aged man asked coldly. Well, can I talk to you alone? Wang Yao asked. The man stared at Han Zhigao for a minute and then nodded. Thank you. Han Zhigao carried the box into the small yard. He went up the bamboo building and approached the middle-aged man. He said a few words to the man, opened the box, and then went into the bamboo building. Chapter 555. Hey, what? As soon as he went in, the people waiting downstairs were not willing to go in. They had been waiting here for several days. The middle-aged man went in without a wooden card. It meant that there was one less person to go in today. Wait a minute, the middle-aged man said. Creak. After that, the door was closed again. Hey, I know. He must have brought the medicine in, one of the people said. Brought the medicine? Have you heard that the king pharmacist has another rule? What rule? As long as you can bring the miracle medicine, the king pharmacist will promise to do one thing within his power, one of the people said. I have heard of this rule, but the miracle medicine is not easy to find. The king pharmacist has been a doctor for decades. He has seen all kinds of medicine. If you try to be lucky and make him unhappy, you don't have to come here to see a doctor in the future, another person said. Yes. In the bamboo building, Han Jigao saw the king pharmacist of Miaojiang, who had been famous for decades in several provinces of Miaojiang. He was a skinny man with black hair, thick eyebrows, bright eyes, and light golden skin. The king pharmacist is said to be at least 70 years old. Why does he look like he is 40 or 50 years old? Although the king pharmacist's name had been famous in Miaojiang for decades, there were not many people who had seen his real face. The last time Han Jigao came with his second brother, they waited for 10 days. However, the king pharmacist was in a bad mood and did not want to see a doctor. His brother's illness could not be delayed, so they went to see Wang Yao. Do you have the miracle medicine? The king pharmacist asked. Yes, it's me. Think carefully. The last time someone used ordinary medicine to pretend to be a miracle medicine was 3 years ago. He vomited blood for a month when he went back. The man who brought him in said, Ah, there is a punishment. Han Jigao was stunned. After hearing that, he suddenly felt a little scared. The medicine provided by Wang Yao was very magical in their eyes, but it might not be a big deal for the king pharmacist in front of him. After all, the king pharmacist had been famous for decades. He had seen all kinds of medicine. If the king pharmacist did not take the medicine seriously, he would be in trouble. If he had known this would happen, he would not have come. At this time, it was too late to regret. He had to bite the bullet. Yes, miracle medicine. Let me have a look, the old man said. The middle-aged man took the box from Han Jigao and opened it. After confirming that there was no danger, he placed the box in front of the old man. The old man glanced at it, then took out one of the bags and sniffed it. Ganoderma lucidum, 20 years old. The other one is Muffe grass. No, what is it? The king of medicine raised a finger and sniffed it. Then he put it into his mouth. Yes, he nodded. Then he took out a second small bag and took out some medicine from it. He sniffed it and put it into his mouth. Red quartz, yellow pill powder, licorice, fritillary, dragon bone. If Wang Yao was here again, he would have been shocked. This was because this old man was able to tell all the ingredients of this herb apart from the spirit grass just by tasting it. Not to mention anything else, just this ability alone was enough to shock people. And what is it? The old man became more and more confused and curious. He couldn't wait to take out the third bag of small samples. Licorice, angelica, ginseng. There's one more medicine. Its effect is cold and cool. It just neutralizes the hot and tonic medicine. Han Jigao didn't dare to breathe loudly. The other middle-aged man was secretly amazed. Master hasn't been like this for a long time. He had followed his master for 7 years. He knew his master's temperament very well. The master in front of him was very focused. Obviously, the medicine brought by the middle-aged man attracted his master. There were not many medicines in the world that could make his master so focused. After tasting the 3 medicines, the old man closed his eyes for a long time. Good, very good, he said. Where did this medicine come from? He stared at Han Jigao, who was not far away. Han Jigao felt a sense of oppression. It was as if he was stared at by a leopard in the jungle. I got it by accident. Han Jigao, who was usually eloquent, stuttered at the moment. This is a miracle medicine, the king of medicine said. Tell me, what do you want? Han Jigao was stunned. He didn't react for a long time. Tell me, my master is asking you a question. My brother is sick. I hope you could take a look at him, Han Jigao hurriedly said. Where is he now? Bring him here, the king of medicine said. My brother is very sick now. He can't get out of bed, Han Jigao said. Are you lying to me? the king of medicine suddenly asked. Oh, no. Han Jigao was stunned. He didn't dare to lie to the king of medicine. You didn't get the medicine by accident. You hired a doctor to treat your brother, right? The king of medicine asked. Your brother's illness is a symptom of heat toxicity. His body is deficient and extremely weak, right? The king of medicine asked. Yes. Han Jigao hurriedly nodded. He was extremely shocked. What the king of medicine said was exactly what Sanguzi and Wang Yao had said after they had diagnosed Han Jigao's brother. The king of medicine didn't treat Han Jigao, but he could diagnose Han Jigao's illness based on the medicine. How could he not be surprised? Where is your brother? The king of medicine asked. Dolly, Han Jigao said. You stay here for a day. I'll go with you tomorrow, the king of medicine said. Okay, thank you, Han Jigao said. The king of medicine waved his hand. Han Jigao hurriedly left. Master, these 3 medicines are really strange, the king of medicine said. I can't identify all the herbs in each of them. This is the first time I've encountered such a situation. How many patients do you have today? I've already said 6, the king of medicine said. Okay, I'm in a good mood. Add 6 more, the king of medicine said. Yes, master, the king of medicine said. The king of medicine left. 12 people came today, according to the number, the king of medicine said. He added 6 more, the king of medicine said. The king of medicine is in a good mood today, the king of medicine said. That's great. Han Jigao was sweating when he came out of the bamboo building. The medicine king's oppressive aura is too strong. Phew, if that's really a miraculous medicine, then that young man named Wang Yao must have some skills, he thought as he walked. Well, no matter how good he is, he can't be compared with the king of medicine. He called his second brother first. Han Jiu was naturally very happy when he heard the news. What should we tell Big Brother? Leave it to me, Han Jiu said after a moment of silence. You prepare there, Han Jiu said. I'll send someone over. Make sure the king of medicine is satisfied. Don't worry, Wang Yao said. In Dali, Han Jiu arranged for a person to drive 2 cars to find his third brother. He thought carefully for a while and went to find his eldest brother. For a long time, the 4 of them had been very united, and they were also very respectful to their big brother. When they encountered some disputes, Han Xing basically said that they should let it go. He was also fair and just, and the other 3 of them were also convinced. This time, the unmarried 4th brother suddenly got this strange disease and had been living in their big brother's house. He took good care of him and was very attentive. Han Xing was at home. Big brother, what's the matter? Well, yes. Han Jiu didn't know what to say. After all, it was not a very good thing for the 2 brothers. If you have something to say, just say it. We are brothers. Don't hesitate, Han Xing said with a smile. Okay, I'll say it. Well, I took some medicine from here. I want to ask the king of medicine to come, Han Jiu said. I know, Han Xing said. You know, the medicine is with me. I know whether it has been touched or not, Han Xing said. They had been brothers for decades. They knew each other's temperament. He also knew that his second brother and third brother were doing it for the good of his 4th brother. Well, third brother just said that the king of medicine has agreed to come to see 4th brother. He will leave tomorrow. Really? Han Xing hurriedly asked. Yes. Okay, that's good. He was most worried that both sides had failed. Since the king of medicine had agreed to come, it was the best result. As for Wang Yao and Sanguzi, he would think of a way. He would take it one step at a time. Chapter 556. Have you arranged everything with the king pharmacist? Han Xing asked. Yes, I have arranged for another group of people to go there, Han Jiu said. Third brother is waiting there. Go and find out where Dr. Sang is now and whether he has left Ali. If he knows that the king pharmacist is here, this matter may be exposed. Well, okay. Han Jiu immediately went out to do it. In a mountain village thousands of miles away, in Wang Ziqing's home, Wang Ziqing's father coughed a few times. Dad, are you okay? I'm fine, Wang Ziqing's father said. Oh, that's good. How you in? Your grandfather is not feeling well, Wang Ziqing said to his son. You're already so big. Don't let your grandfather carry you. Go and get a stool to sit on. It's okay. I can carry you. Let him do it himself. Don't spoil him. The previous day, Wang Yao had come to the house and brought the medicine. He had a careful look at Wang Ziqing's father and gave him a massage. Wang Yao's father looked better than the day before. The old man's illness is very serious, Wang Yao said. What I'm doing now is just to relieve his pain. It is just prolonging his illness. He remembered Wang Yao's original words very clearly. You should try your best to make the old man happy. Of course. Wang Ziqing replied at that time. Wang Yao did not say how long his father could live. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. If one day his father was gone, what would he do? He had thought about it more than once. In the remaining days, I must make my father happy. Ziqing, I called your sister this morning. She said she was free tomorrow and would come over, Wang Ziqing's father said. With the child, Wang Ziqing's father not only missed his grandson, but also his grandson. Okay, Wang Ziqing said. In the clinic, after a day of preparation, Wang Yao had prepared all the medicine needed to go to Jing. In the afternoon, he told his family about it. It will take a little longer this time, Wang Yao said. How long? About 5 days, Wang Yao said. Well, don't forget about your sister's engagement. Zhang Xiaoying did not forget to remind her. I won't forget, Wang Yao said. After dinner, he went up the mountain early. He specially made some preparations and told Xin Xian some things. The next morning, he left the mountain early with only a backpack and set off. It was already afternoon when he took the plane from Hike to Beijing. She took a taxi to that place. Sir, after seeing Wang Yao, Chuning was very surprised. Why didn't you tell me you were coming? Say what? Chuning hurriedly went forward to take the package for him. How's Qinzhou recently? He's been fine. He's been awake for a long time, Chuning said. Her brother's condition made her feel relieved. Tomorrow morning, I'll go and see Elder Wu. In the afternoon, I'll go and see Qinzhou. Okay, I'll arrange it, Chuning said. Thousands of miles away, in a village in the jungle, the king pharmacist of the Miao family arranged his disciple to inform him early in the morning that he would not see any patients today because he was going to a house call. Please go ahead, Han Zhigao said very respectfully. Old? I'm not old yet, the king pharmacist said. His voice was quite loud. Yes, I can talk. Okay. The king pharmacist and his disciple got in the car and went straight to Dali. They arrived in Dali at noon. King pharmacist, I've arranged lunch. What do you think? See the patient first, the king pharmacist said. Yes. Han Zhigao immediately called his eldest brother and second brother. He came so fast. Han Xing had specifically told him not to tell too many people that the king pharmacist was coming. If someone asked, he should say that he had a distinguished guest. Han Xing and Han Ji waited at the door and saw the king pharmacist, who had been famous in Miaojiang for decades. Didn't you say that he was in his 70s? He's so well-maintained. This was the same feeling in the hearts of the two brothers. Hello, king pharmacist. No need to be polite. Let's see him, the king pharmacist said. Oh, okay. Han Xing led the way in front. Soon, they saw the fourth son of the Han family lying on the bed in the room. This smell? The king pharmacist's face changed as soon as he entered the room. He quickly went to the patient's window and skillfully untied the gauze wrapped around the patient's body. He saw the hideous wound inside the patient's body. Huh. The disciple behind him also exclaimed in surprise. This kind of poison again. Have you seen this kind of poison before? How many decoctions did he use? The king pharmacist looked at the partially scabbed arm. His eyes were full of splendor. He used half of the first 2 decoctions, Han Xing said. He used less than 1/5 of the third decoction. Bring me all the decoctions, the king pharmacist immediately said. Okay. Han Xing took the decoctions left by Wang Yao. When was the last time you took them? Well, 8 o'clock in the morning, Han Xing said. This is the first decoction, detoxification, Han Xing said. This is the second decoction, capital stock cultivation. This is the third decoction, vitality removal. He explained one by one. Okay. The king pharmacist nodded. Ajian, master, go and get all the decoctions used last time, the king pharmacist said to the disciple next to him. Okay. I'll go with you. Han Zhigao followed him out. Wait here, the king pharmacist said. Okay. Look, the meal is ready. You've been busy all the way. Well, okay. The Han family hurriedly took the king pharmacist to eat. Huh. Outside the Han family's house, an old man happened to see a group of people coming from a yard. Why is he here? How did the Han family manage to invite him? The old man was Sanguzi. He had seen the king pharmacist before and knew his strange temper. It depended on his mood to treat a patient. As long as he didn't want to treat a patient, he wouldn't treat a patient even if he had a whole house full of gold or a knife to his neck. It was already very difficult to ask him to treat a patient, let alone a house call. He knew what the Han family was capable of, unless he thought of a possibility. He sighed, shook his head, and left. In a mountain village, Wang Yilong was very happy that day because his grandchildren had all gathered together. Seeing the happy appearance of the children, the old man felt that the illness in his body had disappeared instantly. After dinner, Wang Ziqing quietly pulled his sister aside. Sister, I want to tell you something, Wang Ziqing said. What's the matter? This time, she found that her younger brother had changed too much. It was as if he had changed into another person. He was so good to their father, which made her puzzled. Well, our father's health is not very good. What's wrong? After hearing the news, his sister was a little confused. He has a bad disease. What kind of illness? His sister was stunned. Cancer. What? His sister's whole body shook. She was stunned and stood there with her mouth agape. Then, tears came out of her eyes. Sister, don't cry. Don't cry. Our father doesn't know about it yet, Wang Ziqing hurriedly said. He also considered whether he should take advantage of this time to tell his sister about it. After thinking about it all morning, he decided to tell her. He also thought that she would have such a reaction. Let's talk outside. His sister covered her mouth to stop crying and went outside. When did this happen? Why didn't you tell me earlier? When I called you last time, weren't you in the hospital? I didn't tell you. I was thinking about taking him to the provincial capital in 2 days, Wang Ziqing said. Where was the diagnosis made? County People's Hospital. Go to the provincial capital. Go there today, his sister said. Sister, listen to me. Wang Ziqing grabbed his sister, who was rushing into the house. If you go there like this, our father will definitely know that he has a bad disease, Wang Ziqing said. I have asked the doctors in the provincial capital about this situation. If he doesn't know, maybe he can live for 1.5 years. If he knows, he won't be able to sleep or eat. He will think about it all day long. His whole spirit will collapse. At that time, he may not even live for a month. The doctors in the province had indeed said this. Wang Yao had also told him, You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.